Wait, what?
Yeah, they're all meeting up at one house, and they're all gonna join the Discord at one time.
Oh fuck.
It's
Okay, well.
I messaged because Bobby was like, "Yeah, it's probably gonna be me and Wyatt," and I was like, "All right, bet, cool." So I messaged Wyatt today just to like double check and be like, "Hey, did Bobby get that invite to you to the Discord?" And he goes, "I don't think so." So I sent it to him, and I was like, "Hey, man, like, give me a song you want us to play, and yada yada yada, blah 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 blah." And he was like, "Oh yeah, dude, I think we're all just gonna meet up at Bobby's house and I'll join the fucking Discord." I was like, "Oh shit."
Well, speaking of,
Okay.
good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 17 of the Backstage podcast.
What's
I am one of the 4 current co-hosts of this episode. We also have DaddiLlama.
Hi.
Right below me on my stream, we have his name this week is Wiener Sleeve.
Hey, if you watched last week's episode, you will understand.
You
Yep.
know. If you
And
know, you know.
to the left of him, we have, as always, Theta.
Just thought of my next week's name.
That's right. Get out of camera view.
Theta, get your ass back up.
Look, he's about to do what the back of his chair says.
Fucking hell.
Oof.
Respawn.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So,
Now my batteries decide to die in my ASIC. That's cool. Last me all fucking day. But it's just like, hey, I could see you're doing something important here.
You
Well,
don't need that. You
as a
don't
lot
need
of you
that.
have clearly noticed, Nomatar is not with us this week. He is presently working late and is not feeling well, so he was not able to join us this week.
His day is sad.
Okay. So, yes, we are hoping to have some guests very soon.
Listen, man, quit chastising these boys.
I'm not I'm explaining to our audience.
Fucking late.
I told them this was not a very professional podcast.
So,
They need to treat it like one.
right?
Hell no.
Job interview.
Come in with the biggest what?
Wiener Sleeve has some guests for us this week. I think what's the name of the band?
They're called Within the Walls.
Okay. And what kind of
I
music
believe
are
they
they?
just joined.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
I fucking love it. It's the Ice King.
Hold on, let me see this shit.
Who is this?
Top boy.
Top boy, okay.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Is this the video's not on?
No, it's not.
Sorry, we're like complete boomers when it comes to Discord here. There we go. Hey.
Hey.
Oh, there we go. All right, so
Bobby, is that alcohol?
Yeah, yes. I mean,
Good.
No. Is it supposed to be?
We don't give a shit.
It should
okay,
be.
cool.
As long as you keep the line of Coke underneath the camera, we're good.
Okay,
Please.
okay, cool. I've
Immediately
also got my-
pans camera.
Oh, sweet.
Bobby, message me what song you want us to play.
Yes,
Oh,
we need
okay,
that
I got
information.
you.
Yeah, do a YouTube link. It makes it easier for the toothless wonder up there to take
fuck
care
you.
of.
Anyways, so we are presently live. So Bobby and Wyatt, yes.
I'm Wyatt.
Okay.
No, I'm Eric.
Eric.
I was about to
Okay.
say,
So
that's not Wyatt, unless he like extremely changed over the last few minutes I've talked to him.
all right. So Bobby, Eric, wave hi to YouTube and Twitch.
What's up, fellas?
Good looking.
Whoa.
It's like a half a person watching. Don't worry, you're good.
We have 2 halves of a brain cell equaling 1. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I thought we
That's
were just
pretty
sharing the brain cell.
I was in
we're
an
sharing a
enclosed
brain
space
cell.
with a lot of plumber glue today. I doubt I have any brain cells left.
Like poop? You've been around like poop and stuff?
No,
Oh,
like
that's shitty.
oh Jesus, like plumber's glue. I had to put together a bunch of PVC for like HVAC systems.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Oh, it sucked.
I bet. Wait, I've been off all day, so I've been like sleeping, like just smoking and sleeping. Like sleeping because I smoke. You know what I'm saying?
And then waking up, and I'm like, man, why did I sleep so much?
Indeed. All right, so, share it to. Yeah. Share it to AJ. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, you can just send it to me, and I'll.
I am. I work at a phone place too. That's like doubly insane. It's like,
Why am I like this?
I feel the
Indeed.
pain. Okay, let me get this open because I need this. Perfect. There we go. Okay, so
Listen, Purdue Global, I don't want to see a goddamn ad on a local band's fucking music unless they're getting paid for it. All right, you hear me, YouTube? You hear
Okay.
me? We're on
So-
you.
Dude's great.
I'm
so
watching you.
I went to
Got my eye
WTI.
on you.
all right. So as a lot of you are aware, and now for our
Here he
new
goes.
guests, we always start the podcast off when we have guests with an interview segment where we kind of ask our special guests some questions about them and their music, and then we get into the more chaotic stuff.
Gnome. Sorry, my
then
phone's being a
We
dummy.
do have a new segment that we're going to be doing, which
Oh.
is with the permission of the band that is in here tonight. We are going to actually play some of their music live for you all from YouTube. Is that right, AJ? Okay.
Yeah, I thought
Um,
I'd pick YouTube since it's easier. You can pull it up on a stream and zoom it in, and we can all just go silent.
Perfect. And I've got YouTube Premium, so don't have to worry about ads.
Hey, there we go.
Perfect.
Then we'll just start asking for YouTube then. I just went
Yeah,
with YouTube
it's-
because I was like, that's the easiest one. Most of
Yeah,
these
it's-
guys don't use Spotify.
So,
I think
okay.
we're available on anything pretty much, but yeah, I think YouTube's simple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. So let's start with the question we've kind of already answered, but who the fuck
I
are
got-
you guys?
I'm Bobby, and then I'm the vocalist, and he is Eric, the bassist of Within the Walls, and we are based out of Ardmore, Oklahoma.
Damn.
Damn, way
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah, we way south of where AJ currently is, I believe. So.
Yeah. Well, these guys are. I believe you guys are still in V Town, right? I
Yep.
don't want
Yeah.
to say the name.
B-Town? Vagina?
Burgers, I don't
We're
care.
in Verdigris.
Oh,
We
okay.
don't care.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I mean, everyone knows. Like anyone who
Bro, I
sees
wish
my
I was
face
living
is like,
in B-Town, you know what I'm saying?
I'm living in V Town, baby.
See, my
So-
graduating class, we called it Dirty Birdie.
Dirty birdie.
Dirty
Sounds
Birdie.
about right. So you guys
We-
technically answered a 2-in-1 question there for me, because you answered also where you're from. So
Yeah.
how long have you guys been together? How did you get started?
So when did
Bro-
you sign the marriage license?
Right.
The marriage license. We have been together for what, almost a little over 2 years now. About 2.5.
Yeah. So we got started. Our drummer and I, we were living together, and he used to be in another band with Wyatt. And then so yeah, just one day Braxton, our drummer, just like came home and was like, "Hey Eric, you wanna play bass in a band?" I was like, "Dude, I love that. Like I love to be in a band." And then we started in December of 2020. 2020, yeah. And then
That's right.
we got Bobby in the band around March 2021.
And that was the first shows that we played too. Like y'all didn't
Yeah.
play a show since before then, I don't think. So yeah, since then that's when we started playing shows, and throughout that year, I think we were doing pretty solid to play at least like I think our commitment's usually like 3 shows every month, and then and then if we wanted to play some other shows that people like put us on, we can do that. That was going throughout that first year, and then we've kind of slowed down a little bit, but I mean,
We slowed down a lot.
we slowed down. yeah, but at the same time, it's throughout our last year, we've been focused real heavy on releasing that EP. Just trying to get everyone's jobs have like shifted, and the way that the world is, we just have to make time for that, along with our creative processes and shit. So, but at the end of the day, we're still producing, and we're still trying to get more shit out there, and we're still trying to play shows. We haven't
Yeah.
played a show in probably about roughly a month, and then I got to get my wisdom tooth removed before we can start playing anything else. But once I get that done, we're looking at playing a pretty large stint of shows throughout the summer, and then hopefully getting another single release before the end of the year as well. That's kind of our.
Oh yeah, that sounds like my band. That's what we're trying to do. We're just releasing singles though. Like we played these songs for like 3 fucking years. We're just gonna release them.
But
I
it's
can't
like
say
one of those.
anything, so.
It's like the way the music industry is kind of like rolling, right? No one wants to listen to like full lengths anymore.
Yeah, it's like just release singles.
Yeah,
I mean, it's sad because I love listening to full length albums. Like I think
Oh
sorry.
yeah, me too, man. No, you're good. I was gonna say like I think that was one of the first things we talked about on like episode 2 or 3. We were talking about like we pulled up we have a music news section later on in the pod, and I sent that in because I was discussing it with my bandmates about doing an album, and they were like, "Well, we'll just release singles, man." My arm is fucking filthy. I just noticed. And so I found a really good article on it, and I sent it in, and it was like singles. Like they were like, if you're trying to build your band, the best way to do it is release singles. There's a cat like destroying a box off to the side. I got distracted. Release singles. That's how you get new followers. Releasing albums is how you nurture your community.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
how
I
I
like.
said it.
I'm into that, and but also too, like for our like first 6 songs, like they just all, I don't know, we wanted to get something out to where it's like, hey, this is kind of like our general sound, but we also have a lot of stuff that we want to implement, later on and stuff like that, of course, too.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, we really wanted to like get that, like these 6 songs specifically. And I think our like going forward, we're going to be doing, we're going to be pretty much doing singles all the way through, and then every so often release like an EP. I'm really big on wanting to do like concept pieces and stuff like that, to where like, you got one, full album dedicated to like a story or something like that. But I mean,
Yeah,
to be continued on.
kind of like Tala does, where they write a story and then they write the song around the story.
Bro, Tala is
Gotcha.
sick. I
I
really,
know. They're
dude.
so good.
Justin, when he was doing like Hungry Lights and stuff before he like deleted his like a whole entire like back catalog, he was a real big inspiration for me and like some of the people that like had been doing vocals to inspire me to do vocals. Like they put me on that shit, and I love that kind of sound that they got
Oh
going
yeah,
out.
dude. They got
Like
such a
So-
crazy cool sound. They're like if new metal like put their whole fucking leg into deathcore for a second and it came out with tattoos all over it.
it's like what Slipknot's like Iowa album would sound like in 2020.
Yeah.
Get a
No, they're super fucking good. I love them.
So we're gonna segue here to the next question for you guys. So what is
Are
your
you guys trying
current
to keep it
arrangement?
professional?
Fuck you. Uh, so what is the current arrangement of the band? Who? So obviously we know you guys do bass and vocals. Who else is in a band? What do they do?
So we got our drummer, his name's Braxton, and then we have our guitarist, his name is Wyatt, and
Okay.
that pretty much makes up the ensemble.
Okay. So what are some of your guys' influence for the music you write? So some bands or individuals. What influences you musically?
So as far as like instrumentals and stuff goes, Wyatt writes a lot of the instrumentals, but there have definitely been times where he has brought me a track like Growth and Captivity is one of the tracks we have on there. And when he brought that to me initially, I was just kind of writing stuff like for the longest time, like the way my writing process has been, it's like it probably looks like a schizophrenic nightmare, because I'll have a note full of like, hey, these sound like cool lyrics, and like that's pretty much sometimes like the lyrics that when we played with AJ's band, like they're probably 110 times different than what they are like now, you know what I'm saying? So like at first I was like trying to do something. Yeah, I know. It was like the like originally I wanted to do something more kind of along the lines of like I heard this story about like these Russian like mountaineers like going up and climbing on this mountain, and then there being a bunch of shit that led to their deaths, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, nah, yeah,
Yeti.
Yeti, dog. That's what, dude.
Are you
Oh,
talking about
God.
the Russian group?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Oh my god, what's it called?
I can't remember off the top.
Jamie, pull it up.
I told him to bring out the whole ocean. But like
whoa.
oh no,
I love
sorry.
that story too because it's so fucking wild.
Yeah, and it's dark. It's just cryptic and cryptic, whatever. It's super scary.
Dyatlov.
Oh yeah,
Dyatlov Pass, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I
yeah.
wanted to do originally. Like when it comes to like where I take stuff like musically, like as far as inspiration goes, I'm definitely more of the like death metal meets some of the newer stuff, plus what I genuinely feel I'm writing stuff. But he originally came to me when he's like, you know what, I kind of want it to be more about you know, kind of like growing from like a loss or something like that, whether it be like a relationship or you know, just, you know, who you once were, stuff like that. So I kind of, you know, we did a lot of stuff in studio when it came to like the writing process, that eventually led on to, you know, what we have now for Growth and Captivity. The song that I sent AJ, Atlas, I wanted that to be, a lot of my stuff is kind of like very self-empowering. It's like, what would I want to feel when it came to like how the song sounds, like what do I want to, you know, show off as far as like, you know, being better than the person that you were, right? Stuff like that. So that's kind of like what Atlas is. It's pretty much the story uh, of the Greek mythology, but you know, a twist on it to where it's not about, you know, eternal damnation through holding the world on your back. It's about like throwing that shit off and punching the, you know, just going to town on the person that, you know, weighed down on you. So that'd be a majority of the kind of stuff that that kind of goes into the writing process. He just played bass.
So with that all being said, and I'm going to ask both of you to answer it because I'm curious if you have the same answer. But since you've been the main one talking, I'm going to ask Eric to answer this one first. What would you say your guys' genre is?
I don't know.
Okay.
As far as like classifying like genre, like the specifics of genres and stuff like that, I mean, I couldn't tell you. I mean, I guess we've had like the conversation before, and I guess it kind of we narrowed it down to more of a deathcore, with like influence from
I would say more like melodic deathcore.
rock.
Yeah.
I can agree.
AJ, when did
they
you
have a
join the
lot
band?
I've played with them a number of times.
Yeah.
both here in Oklahoma and in Texas.
So
I-
Eric, you kind of say that. So I don't want to say it wrong. What was your
God, here he goes.
Bobby?
Bobby?
I want to say Bobby wrong.
I'm not even gonna lie. I
how do you
spaced on the
say-
name. I
How
spaced
do
on
you
the
say
name.
Bobby wrong?
You're good. You're good.
It's congratulations, you're the first person to trip him up with a simple name. I think he was afraid he was going to call you Robert.
It's not even Robert, dog. Yeah.
No, it was
He's straight Bob, dude.
you're gonna call him
Ricky Bobby. Got two
I have
first
no
names.
idea. I completely
him
spaced
Bobbert.
on your name. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a terrible host right now. So Bobby, what would you specifically yourself classify the band as genre wise?
It's for me. I want to say we're very progressive, just due to the fact that we take a lot of stuff. So I know for a fact that Wyatt's main inspiration for like guitar writing and stuff is a lot of like early to or like late 2000s metalcore and deathcore. So a lot of tremolo picking, a lot of, you know, chugs, breakdowns. But you know, we add a lot of other things too, because especially when it came to when we were, you know, doing or releasing the music or you know, being in studio, when our producer Zane Smith, he does the vocals and guitar for Locust Grove. He's a fucking phenomenal producer.
Zane's a cool dude, man.
He's sweet, man. He's so fucking awesome. You know, we'd bring a song in and he'd be like, okay, that sounds good, but what if we just did like, and it would be the smallest, like, minute change, but it would change the entire way that section of the song would sound. And it was, you know, very, very inspiring as far as even writing too. But I would definitely say like progressive, you know, like a bit of, yeah, that's so fucking hard. Like it would have to be more. I would go with whatever the general audience would say, and if like AJ would classify it as like deathcore, then I would say like metal, like heavier metalcore, deathcore. You know, progressive.
Yeah, I would say it jumps around that definitely with the melodic thrown in there. Like,
Yeah.
I remember, man. To be honest, I can't remember the first time we played together. Oh wait, yeah, no, I do. It was at Kendall's.
Yes,
yeah,
it was at Kendall's.
and there was nobody there. It was like it was just the bands playing for the bands, and like I think at one point during our set, I saw like 3 old dudes come in, and they literally walked in and went, and walked back out.
Oh, bro, yeah, I think I remember.
Shit.
It was like a dude and his like little girlfriend. They like bought a drink and then they left. I thought that was really,
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
because I remember.
and was it us? Did Depraved play with us that night too?
I believe so.
Because
It was my band, your band, Depraved, and
Vesper.
yes,
No.
Vesper. That's
Was
who it
it?
was.
That
Yes,
That was
yeah, he was the
I
headliner
did
of the
enjoy
night.
that show. That was a fun ass show.
That was a weird show, man.
I'll say
because
that
I kept
the
going.
sound. It was the sound.
Yeah.
There wasn't a sound guy there, so it was like Eric
No.
and the dude from Depraved. They were
Mhm.
like doing the sound throughout the night.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And I
until
might
like I think it was like halfway. It was like I think my band played, then your band, and then a
Depraved.
sound guy showed up.
fuck.
And we were all just
It
yeah.
wasn't bad though. Like we
No,
made it
no,
work.
it really wasn't. We've had like worse we've had worse sound guys in general. Like I'd rather have no sound guy than a bad sound guy. I think that's like one of the
Exactly.
things
Yeah.
about like, playing music that I like. That's one of the most strenuous thing is like dealing with the sound dude that did sound for a show for Metallica like 20 years previously, and then so he just feels like he's entitled to act the way that he acts. Like that's
Oh,
stuff
God.
is an all the time thing. I feel like.
Like
Yeah.
the most
No.
important member of the band is the sound guy.
Yes.
He is
so
though.
much
He really
so.
is.
So,
Like-
go ahead.
Oh no, I was just agreeing. Like that's true. We've had issues with sound peeps in the past, but we genuinely like the sound people. I think the first person that or not the first person, the last show we played with was at Euless, and the dude that did sound there, he was really cool. Out at Big Rob's, if y'all haven't played there yet, that's a venue to get on. That's a really nice place.
Book my band. We're trying to get the fuck out of Tulsa for a little while.
I-
We just booked an OKC show with Kira, but that's not until July, and we're like, fuck. Hurry
Shit,
up.
where-
Plug. Anyways,
We're playing at 89th.
Oh,
Uh,
ooh.
Yeah, he asked us, and I was like, ooh, okay, yeah.
so
That's
we're gonna go ahead and segue into our next one. Now, I will say real quick because I've seen you kind of sneak off to try to hit it. You could smoke on. It doesn't matter.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I wasn't sure. Like YouTube.
We've
guys
had
like-
people rip bongs. We've had
Yeah.
people smoke blunts. We don't care.
Yeah.
There's a reason we have an 18 and up.
we usually have a running joke is like tobacco use. Like remember when Kobe? We
Oh, yeah.
we
It's
interviewed
tobacco.
Kobe. He like whips out this bong and he's like taking a huge fucking hit and he's like, "Woo, that's some smooth tobacco."
I love those dog. Pulling when we were
Dude,
playing
it's so
Destiny, I
funny,
was
man.
pulling hits like that. Awesome.
So now, so my last question for you guys here before we kind of transition to the chaotic part of this whole podcast, and this is a
No.
question for both of you because I'm assuming both of you have you're obviously in the same band, but I'm sure you've played in other bands as well separately, correct?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
well, you had, I don't think.
what is your favorite small/local venue, and your favorite big venue to play at?
Oh wow.
Small ones, Killers Tacos. Death. I like
Yeah.
Killers. That's fun. Killers Tacos.
Killers is
Whoa.
fun.
Wait,
love
where
Killers.
the fuck is this venue at?
Texas.
Dayton, Texas. Dayton.
Didn't
It's
Texas?
it's
Hold on. Is that on the way to Dallas?
it is on the way to
Yeah.
Dallas. It's
Ooh,
it's
we're making a fucking pit stop.
Do
Yeah.
it. Their food is delicious.
Okay,
Dude,
so we're making a pit
every
stop
time
there.
I play there, I eat after we play, and it's like a reward. You know what I mean? It's just it's
Yeah.
so good, and then just sit
Okay.
there and.
Like I remember when we played there when we came down to Denton, my girlfriend was like, "We're gonna eat tacos here, right?" And I was like, "That is why I'm standing in the front. I was waiting for you to pick a taco because I haven't eaten all fucking day."
Ooh. Wow.
Parachute
It was
rule.
like right after our set, and I'm just like drenched in sweat. The cops are still telling people to shut the hell up.
Yeah, it's fucking
Did they ever get
awesome.
that fixed? Is there like a certain sound curfew there now? Because I remember like it was right at the end of our set, and our sound just goes.
Not that I'm aware of. Like I don't think because we tend to they genuinely have the shows wrap up by about 12. The last show we played there, the last show we played there was right before the show we played with the Money the Bear. It was like we played a 2-day like run. We played on Saturday and then we played that Sunday at Euless. So we were on the very last song of the set, and that the last song it's just got this like really monster breakdown. It's one of my favorite songs. And it's just such a chef's kiss when it comes to just the heaviest like breakdown that you can think of. And I squatted down to do like a high, and when I squat down I ripped my pants, like my ass was hanging out the back of my shorts. And I've got a small clip on my phone, like right before it cuts out. It was also like the squeakiest like scream you'd ever hear in your life too. So I kind of like look up and I like look back at Braxton. My ass is just hanging out, and then I scream, "Oh, I just ripped my pants!" And it's so awesome.
Jesus Christ.
Killers is definitely my favorite small venue too, though.
Yeah.
Dude, it
What
was
about
fun.
Large, dude. I mean, we didn't. I mean, the Rail Club was fun to play out. I wouldn't say. I mean,
We
as
haven't
far
played
as
that in a while.
as far as large goes for us, the Rail Club.
The Euless, that
Big
Euless
Rob's-
venue
Big
is
Rob's
really
pretty
nice.
solid.
It's got a really nice venue. At the very least, it's a very well made. The again, like I said, that sound guy is just he was so nice, and he was just badass. Like
Yeah,
he's really good at what he was doing. And then that's the show we played with the Bunny the Bear. Everyone Dies in Utah, and Nigma was there.
And Bad Lives.
There
Bad
was
Lives
another
and
one.
Toxic Madness.
No, Stonewolf.
Stonewall.
Stonewolf was there too. They were the second band to play. But that's probably my new favorite venue right now. Is probably Big Rob's. The guy that owns, or the general manager of the Rail Club is also the general manager of Big Rob. So I could go
Nice.
both on that. Yeah, he's cool.
Oh yeah.
Do want to I do want to take a second and just apologize because I know a couple of us were just glued to our phones for a minute. We were listening.
They do it a lot.
Well,
fine.
this
We're gonna
was
talk. We'll
Yeah.
talk about this in a minute. We just got some information about something we want to talk about, which I think we'll actually we're gonna once we finish with this interview, AJ. Before we get into your rant, we're gonna actually talk about this.
Do you want to talk about
and-
it after we play their song?
Yes,
like,
after we
I-
play their song.
like,
yeah.
After the interview, play the song, and then into the chaos.
Yes, because I'm also going to put a link up in regards to what
Content
we're
do-
talking about.
Yeah.
So, apologies. So we got both small and big venues from both of you, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, again, I was trying to read
You'll
up on
understand
this.
momentarily.
Yeah, you'll understand in a minute. Okay,
we're-
so
Anyway.
Motherfucker
With-
gets his removed and loses an eardrum in the process.
fuck you. Anyways, so at this point, thank you guys so much for taking the time to answer all those questions. I know it's getting to more, a big part of this is getting to know you guys, the local musicians in and around Oklahoma, for our viewers at home and on Twitch and on YouTube, so they can hear about you guys. But we're also doing something new, and you guys are kind of our beta test here of something we're trying out tonight, which is we're going to actually play your music for our viewers. So I'm going to go ahead and get this queued up real quick. I'm going to pause that so it doesn't play right away.
I didn't think you were on the
Alright.
song, dude.
Full screen that. Share. All right. So
There we go.
for our viewers at home on Twitch right now live, and
Yeah.
for our viewers Friday once this goes live on YouTube, this is Atlas from the band Within the Walls. I'm going to ask that everybody in the voice chat mute your microphone. That way we don't have any interruptions or anything. So here we
Yeah,
go.
we'll just wait for that guy to talk, and then we'll all unmute again.
So this is Atlas by Within the Walls.
Leave the pity judgments wrapped
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Atlas by Within the Walls.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
That was a killer track. I fucking dig that shit.
Dude, I want to hear that fucking subwoofers. Let me tell you.
Oh my. I'll have to hook it up in here and we'll play it on the soundbar with the subwoofer.
That's pissed
so
off all my neighbors.
I did want to state that we did have legal permission from members of Within the Walls to play that song for Twitch and for YouTube.
Twitch.
So
Yes, absolutely.
So that way we don't get any kind of copyright claims or none of that shit.
Yeah.
So we are going to kind of segue into something a little different tonight. So for all of our local musician fans, there was a recent post that was made within everybody who follows it. CLIFFDIVER did have a major situation occur.
I saw that.
We finally
just
have
found
more
out.
information. There is a GoFundMe currently up to help support them.
I just shared it to my Facebook page, AJ.
Yep, and I'm going to be posting a link in the chat here. There it is. For those of you watching on YouTube, I will put it in the description. CLIFFDIVER is an amazing local band. They always have such a positive, upbeat message, and they're great guys. It's horrible what's happened. I'm not going to go into too many details because it's a lot. Just know that there was an incident that occurred on their way to Las Vegas. They have asked involving the person who the GoFundMe is quoted and everything. They have asked nobody reach out to the band, nobody reach out to the family, because right now there is a lot going on. If you have a few dollars to spare, please, if you're watching us on Twitch and you have the money, click the link, go support them. If you're watching us on YouTube later on, go to the description. It's right down below. Click that link, help them out. They're an amazing local band. As well as on top of all that, I'm going to segue back now for Within the Walls. Make sure to go check them out on YouTube. Where all can our fans find you guys? What platforms?
So our primary socials are definitely like Facebook and Instagram. We do have a couple of TikToks showing
Our music.
Well, yeah, but I mean, just generally like where you can find us, like what we do actively, like Facebook, but Spotify, Apple Music. I think you can find us on Amazon Music too, YouTube, pretty much any general music platform.
Good to know. All right. And after this, I'll have you guys send me a few links to put in the description as well.
Oh, heck yeah.
So, let's see here. So, but yeah, again, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure to go help support CLIFFDIVER. Make sure to support Within the Walls. That's one thing we are adamant about. Support
Absolutely.
locals. Help any way you can. Just can't stress it.
Unless you're from outside of Oklahoma, then fuck yourself.
Go
I'm
fuck
just kidding.
yourself.
Except if you're from Russia. If you're from Russia, we love you.
Yeah, because apparently we
yeah.
have a lot of Russian listeners. So you guys are in the green there, because for some reason my band gets listened to in Russia and Germany a lot.
We have a percentage of Russian listeners. So you got Canadians? Oh, hell yeah.
One Canadian.
I mean, technically
hell yeah.
We have a Canadian in our server. He just he hasn't popped up in a bit. But
I don't know if we count him. He's an Okie. He's an Okie at this point.
Well, he's an Okie now, but he recently moved from Canada to Oklahoma within the past.
So it has like accent and stuff.
He doesn't say A enough.
Kind of.
Not enough.
He's been broken. He's been broken like my friend Chris.
Yep.
He played enough games with us that he started saying house instead of house.
House.
So we're going to start with the usual thing that I do now before we get into our first segment here, the topic transition. I know you hate it. It wasn't that.
Oh,
I just
damn
threw
it.
I really want that as my ringtone.
I threw that up. So now it is time for hashtag just vocalist thoughts with Wiener Sleeve.
Yeah. So, just to state now, I did come up with another name for next week. I'm going to be Turd Goblin.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Could you say you're circumcising your last name?
Oh.
What?
Sleeve.
Oh, that's fair. Like I'm just gonna get one of those I'm just gonna get one of those cigar clips.
Oh,
Don't worry, you missed the conversation
Oh.
we had about all becoming eunuchs and using Caleb's old dentures to do it.
Bro, I
That's
get
raw
like
poison.
disease from that or something. I feel. You know what I mean?
So
No,
I've
I keep my teeth pretty clean. So
hey,
that's what he
yo.
says.
I can vouch
Oh,
So-
yo.
for my wiener.
For
Yeah.
our guests and people who may be watching in the future, I forgot that we've been doing this for a minute. So just vocalist thoughts is my corner where I say some really dumb, stupid fucking shit. And it's mainly things I think about while I'm on stage, being a lead singer. Bobby, you may understand a few of these. Why am I out of focus? But I gotta figure out what the fuck's wrong with this thing. I gotta get like a light or something.
yeah, the glare from the light behind you is what's throwing off the camera because
Yep.
it's picking up that glare. It's too bright. Yeah, right there. So what it's doing is it's
Let me
throwing
just
off the focus.
I'll just stay here the whole time. But so it's
Mm.
another water rant.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Hey,
fuck.
I got my
Put your
16.9
feet-
ounce bottle for you.
Put your
This
feet
is one of my favorite bougie waters
up.
Oh,
in the world. Please
sparkling.
sponsor me. This one in Liquid Death, I would love to have Liquid Death sponsor me.
Oh, yeah.
It's delicious. So good. But why the fuck is I just looked at this bottle and I was like, why?
What's the size?
25.3 fluid ounces.
Hey, this one is 23.7.
I think your bottle is a little off there because this is much larger than that one.
12
Yeah.
ounces.
So why? Why can't we just round these things up by 5 at least?
1.05 quarts.
Does it not give you like an approximate or something on the thing? This isn't water. I mean, there's probably some kind of water in it, right?
This is
hold on.
tw-
Let's see what
12
he's got to
ounces.
say.
But 355 milliliters. I don't know why that's on there.
Why
I've
does
got
it
a
say
We're all
It's-
looking at bottles and
He cracks so
look what you've done,
bad.
AJ.
Hey, AJ, how many ounces is that can?
Enough to piss me off.
Yeah, what's it
The whole
say?
podcast has become what you do on the toilet whenever you leave your phone in it. You know what I mean?
Reading the shampoo bottles.
No. See, look, Hard Mountain Dew got it correct. 12 fluid ounces.
Yeah, but how
Hey,
many
okay.
milliliters?
See?
Maybe it's a beer thing.
That is a beer. it is, yeah.
355.
And
It could be.
the cans are all exact. It's when you put it in the plastic.
You know what I
bottles,
think it is? I think the
That's-
cans do that because by the time you're actually paying attention to what the fuck it says, you're drunk as shit. So like we know th're not going to be able to fucking round up or do all the the decimal points. So fuck it, it's just 12 ounces. But in reality, if you go to the
You've
factory,
never
they're
seen my
actually like it's
girlfriend drunk and doing
12.2.
math. It's crazy.
I love math.
Did you say
But
math or
you
math?
didn't hear my theory though. So
Take a pick.
the beer companies, when they're canning them, they're actually like 12.3 ounces, but they think that you're
He's
going to be
just
so
trying to
drunk.
spark. He's just trying to get me mad.
They think you're so drunk that you're not going to read the
He doesn't know
decimals.
that
So.
one of these days I'm gonna ask him to come over and hang out, and I'm just gonna show up and piss on his like welcome mat and leave.
No,
I'm
please no. I paid
Um,
good money for my welcome mats.
My pee
Yeah.
is cleanable. You can throw it in the fucking washer.
But you're going to
Hey,
piss
I'm
on
gonna
killer
eat-
clowns from outer
Dude.
space?
Yeah,
Ooh.
I am.
Don't be
I'm gonna eat a
pissing on
lot
Shorty.
of asparagus too.
One of my favorite movies.
I'm gonna eat a lot of asparagus, and I'm gonna drink a bunch of IPAs the night before. So like, I'm gonna come over there and piss on your fucking your fucking welcome mat, and then I'm gonna fart on your doorknob. It's gonna smell like somebody fucking did a burnout on your fucking
Oh,
doorknob.
good. That's fair, dog.
Tarnished,
That's
bro.
vile.
I just got to
Dude,
say,
I've got to ask this too. Have you guys ever drink like a fuck ton of IPA and then you go and like you get that fucking bubble guts in the morning? Oh, yeah.
no.
Yeah, bubble guts in the morning. So you gotta go fucking lay out a gnarly fucking grumper. Like, and it smells like a burn pile full of tires.
Bro, anytime I like Anytime I drink beer, I have like the best shit of my life like the next day.
I do not.
It like cleanses my
Wait, hold on, Bobby. How old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay,
I had
so
to think on that.
I'm
Holy shit.
30. It
No,
changed.
you are not.
There's no fucking.
Yeah,
way.
I know my hairline don't say it, but like I'm
No, it's the
53.
facial hair. It's the
Yeah, it's the
facial
facial
hair.
hair.
shit.
The look on his face when he nudged it.
Oh.
But man, no, that I don't know what the fuck it is, but every single IPA makes me smell like I'm taking a burn pile full of fucking tires and shitting it out my ass. Like we're talking like the harbinger of terror. This like fucking kraken thing comes out, freckle in the bowl.
I feel like that was a
I
like a
think you
Destiny
gotta go to the
reference.
hospital for you know.
Just say
Oh,
it.
it wasn't.
Okay, good.
Look, all I could say is when I take a shit, anybody who's lived with me knows it doesn't matter what I've eaten, it doesn't matter what I drank.
All you
Vacate the
hear-
premises.
I got
No,
you
for
beat,
real.
though. I
And
got you
then-
beat.
And then
I got
afterwards,
no gallbladder, baby. It's
You
all
light a
fresh.
match.
I'm
Fresh
pretty
out
sure
of my
my-
body.
I'm pretty sure my gallbladder and liver look like burnt mashed potatoes. So
Same with my lungs though.
I think I got one kidney that only half works, and it just kind of like punches at the other one whenever I'm out drinking.
No,
It's like,
that,
hey,
Come on,
that-
pay
man.
attention.
Don't give out on me here.
what you don't know is that a couple
gonna
years
draw a
ago, you
picture of my
most likely shit out that kidney. So you only have one kidney.
The only
like-
things that are holding strong in my body, which is unfortunate, is my fucking tonsils.
Yeah,
They
My
won't
diet
give
No.
up.
they're what releases white blood cells in your body and fights infections.
I
Clutch.
release all
Blood
sorts
cells
of
for
white
ya.
things, and my tonsils don't have anything to do with it.
Clutch says need to call hazmat after Gunk uses the restroom.
I'm going
Look.
to. I'm gonna create some shit lasagna with fucking gunk, and we're gonna see how long that bowl lasts.
Oh God.
Dude, this house is gonna blow up like it's a fucking meth lab.
I feel like
pretty-
every time Gunk goes to the bathroom, it looks like the inside of a porta john after like the framing has come through, where it looks like the refried beans they had in their lunch. It's like that's where they scrape
like
the
a
you know
porta
it's
john
it.
after like a 3-day long festival.
Dude, like a porta john that
Like a
still
bomb, there's-
water. Dude,
Yeah.
hold on. Wait a second. This is a disgusting story.
see the
So
drone?
warning
It's like-
for anybody who has a
How do you do
phobia
that?
of porta johns. I had to go to Stillwater to install AC units at
Oh,
two dorm rooms or 3 dorm rooms that we have built.
Like another
Mhm.
Porta John story.
Here we
The
go.
porta johns are literally my life, and it's not by choice.
That's your name for next week, Porta John.
You get a porta john.
Jimmy. There it is. But anyway, so these porta johns freshly cleaned, right? It's a
Mhm.
fucking Friday. Those guys have come through. There are 4 porta johns. It's the most I've ever seen in a place. I was so excited because I could poop anywhere I wanted. So the house next door is a frat house.
Oh no.
And like all 20 of these dudes come out, they start cooking food. They're talking about a party, and I'm like, oh hell yeah, dude! You know, you guys got a party. You're probably like, it's probably gonna kick up around like 6 or 7 o'clock. Cool, we'll be out of here by then. 2 o'clock hits, and this yard is full of people. I'm on the job site, and I've had to piss for 45 fucking minutes
Oh no.
because the line is so goddamn long.
Oh.
And then at the end of the day, when we leave at like fucking 11 o'clock from Stillwater to come back to Tulsa, I'm talking to the dude that I was working with that day, and I was like, hey man, hold on, I'm going to use the bathroom real quick because his van was acting kind of wonky, so he wanted to make sure I like trailed him on the way back. I go into this porta john, right? I have never skipped out on 2 porta johns in a row. That you could not sit in this porta john.
It's so full of shit.
Yeah, like you're gonna be dipping cookies in the milk.
That's nuts. I say that one ironically.
The forbidden Powerade was up so high.
Oh, Dude,
Like
the
it
lemon
was,
lime?
it was my piss away from going over.
There's
Okay.
no way.
There was 3 of them.
No shot.
So
That's
I went to the last one, and it was like halfway through the party they forgot that one existed. So it was half full. So I was like, oh, thank God.
bro.
I've never seen something so bad. I've never been to a festival with a porta john that bad. Like this was 5 hours of just people partying,
That's insane. They were all like,
and it
"Let's
was
wait
incredible.
for the house to take a
You know
shit."
what's bad?
That's fucking nuts.
Huh.
I have seen that numerous times because my stepdad worked for a porta john company, and 9
Oh,
times out
God.
of 10 in the summertime, I was with him. I went with him when Mayfest was going on. They went out there, delivered,
I
set
can
them all up.
imagine Mayfest being nuts.
We had to go out there 3, 4 a.m. We had to be there to clean and pick up almost 50 units. Almost every truck for that company was there. And each truck could hold 8 units on the back of it. We had to go through, hose them down, spray them down, suck
Mhm.
everything out, clean it up, and load it onto the truck.
And I don't know if you guys have ever been around when that truck comes around. Hearing it like pull stuff out is
Mhm.
disturbing.
Oh, yeah.
Like, like
Like that.
you know, have any of you guys ever used a shop vac?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you like, and you're trying to pick up rocks.
Yep.
So it's like,
Yep.
It's a reverse.
That was pretty
dude,
good.
and it's I have to leave because it's one of the things that actually makes me sick to my stomach, and there's
Good
not a
to
lot of things that
know.
do that.
Good to know.
Because
It's
it's just thinking about it, just thinking that the thump thump noise you're hearing is probably a massive turd.
You'd be surprised
Or
at how
beer
many
can.
times people throw shit inside of there.
Oh
Outside
no,
of
I wouldn't
that.
be surprised at all, dude. I saw a whole 6-pack in one of them.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
my
Yeah, dude, they throw shit in there, and it's like, why? Why is this even in here? The amount of times that I had to go with him to clean those out and pick them up. How I remember, I can count at least one that was out. I want to say it might have been
Claw.
Stillwater. It was a college
Probably.
town, and they had a porta john. It was such a bad windstorm that we had the day before that it not only tipped it over,
Oh no!
picked the bitch up, and flew it about a good 30 feet away, flipped it around, and landed on its side.
like that.
Yeah, we got to clean all that.
Someone was in
And
there.
the forbidden Powerade, as you call it, is literally water with a dash of laundry detergent.
Gatorade. Oh.
Oh.
It's
The
a-
Gatorade?
Who blew
Dude,
Gatorade?
yeah,
It's
Who
a
blew
blue
Gatorade?
laundry
Because-
detergent. That's
'Cause
all it
I
is.
drink Powerade all the time, so that's my favorite one.
Yeah, it's just a blue detergent. That shit will stain you like.
Oh
that.
no shit, dude.
Yeah, the amount of times that I had blue stains on my hands, arms, and shirt from just putting that shit in there, just. Mm.
Yeah, blame it on the porta john.
And word to the wise, if you ever use a fresh porta john, please make sure, like just for your benefit, no one else's, make sure you make a splash pad, because no one wants to get Poseidon's kiss from the fucking porta john.
Oh,
Yeah.
bro, blue balls, like literal blue balls.
Yeah, yeah.
No, you get a blue hole. Like I don't know if you've ever been to Blue Hole out in Salina, but this is a literal blue hole.
Yep. All right.
But
well,
God.
Oh man.
so
is that thoughts?
blue
Is that our
balls
thoughts
from the
this
porta-
evening?
yeah, dude, like I'm having a revelation right now.
Well, while you do that, let's go ahead and play your theme song out here. And here we go with the transition. It is time for Theta's top 3. AJ, did you pre-warn our guests about this week's top 3?
No.
Oh, so
Well, they're in the same boat as me right now.
So Theta does a top 3 every week. Sometimes he does a hot takes. But
I haven't done hot takes in a long time.
I know that's what I was
We
gonna
need to
ask
bring
if you
that
were gonna
back.
do it this week.
Damn.
We do it next week.
We can do it next week.
Test run.
We kind of did it last week. I mean, no,
Kind
it
of.
Yeah,
wasn't really
no,
hot take.
that was
That was just factual.
that was the Toothless Wonders doing.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways,
Um,
so
he does a top 3 every week. This week is top 3 favorite ska punk bands.
now
holy
I
fuck.
am
Skull.
gonna
If you
Yeah,
don't have
ska
3,
punk.
it's all good, man. I totally
Uh,
forgot about the
I can
assignment.
name off the 3. Probably know, like
Yeah, like everybody, yeah.
Real Big Fish. Is that ska punk?
That's
Yes.
ska punk, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Bastard,
okay.
don't take
The
one of
Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
Ska punk.
taking my list.
Yeah, he's taking my
And,
list.
if that dude had a solo career, I'm gonna say that would be my third one because I don't think I can think of a third one off the top.
Okay.
Of my head.
Okay.
So I am gonna
Someone-
throw out.
Looking up.
I am gonna throw out Gnome's list because we have his list.
Damn it,
I'm
I was
gonna
gonna
do it-
steal one of
He goes
his.
last.
He goes last.
He's
Okay.
going last.
Okay.
I'm going first. I'm going first this week because fuck y'all. I'm taking all of them. I don't even give
Okay.
a fuck.
Dips for
Try me.
second.
My first one is Less Than Jake. Get fucked.
See, I was
Second
gonna
one.
take it down, you bastard.
Second one, Sublime with Rome. Fuck you all. And then my
Okay.
third one is
Sublime.
Goldfinger.
I didn't think
Okay.
that was.
Okay.
Yeah, that is.
That's
ska.
fair.
Honorable mention, slightly stupid. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we had an argument about that one, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Daddy, go
All
ahead.
right. Daddy, you're up.
All right. The Interrupters.
Oh.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. 5 Iron Frenzy,
Okay.
because fuck you, gunk.
Bitch.
And
Oh,
the Aquabats.
can you use-
Fuck you.
Fuck you, Gnomes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dude,
send
I
that.
had a list of fucking 15 different ska punk bands. I was prepared this week.
Yep.
Fuck you all.
Yeah.
Can I go now?
That's-
Because I think I have
Can we,
one.
time out. I want to do that. I want to include that in my top 3 list from now on. After you say your list, you have to say, because fuck you guys. That
Okay.
has to be it. You have to.
Am
fuck
I good to
everybody
go
else.
now?
No.
If you want to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Operation Ivy.
Okay.
Sounds itchy.
No, it's a full on ska punk band.
Did
He
that
said
just go
itchy-
over your head?
He said itchy, not
Oh
iffy.
fuck. Listen, it's one of those days. All right, fuck you. Daddy, I think you forgot about this one. Me First and the Gimme Gimmes.
Oh, it's on
that's
the
a good
list.
one.
The who and the who and the
That's a
who's.
good one. Me First and the Gimme Gimmes.
They were a cover band. But they did have some originals, not a lot,
Yes.
but they mainly focused on cover bands.
Yeah,
Or-
first.
And
Is it still like fucking ska punk though?
Yes.
Yes.
Santa
Yes,
Baby.
Then it's ska punk.
Santa
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby.
and then Catch 22.
I'm shocked. You went the complete
Oh,
opposite.
damn
route
it! I
than I was
love
thinking.
those guys.
I will throw up an honorable mention because they're 50-50 on ska punk, and that's the Transplants. Because you had Tim Time Bomb from
I had
Rancid.
one of those.
You had Travis Barker from Blink-182, and a whole group of them that it was a combination of ska meets just punk meets just it was all over the place. So that was I have quite a few others, but Daddy's already listed some of my honorable mentions. So I'll shut the fuck up and let AJ go now.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Gnome, but I'm taking Streetlight Manifesto. They're one of my favorite bands of all time. You can fuck yourself. It can still be a part of his list, but it's one of my
Yeah.
favorite bands, and I'm taking it for mine. God damn it! I'm gonna throw a local band on there. The Big News.
Okay.
They're really good. I love
I
them.
have not heard of them. I'm going to look them up.
Look up "I Quit My Job."
Okay.
It's
Well,
great. It's my
I'm
favorite
a-
song.
They play at Killers.
They might have. I don't know if they're really together anymore, but I saw
Oh
them
my.
way back when, a couple years ago, and I
my.
think if they are still together, they play like shows here and there.
Every so often.
Yeah,
We
they're
watched-
really fun.
We watched a ska show back when we were recording a demo out in Denton, and we just went to get tacos there and watch whatever was going on. And they were pretty nice. It was really cool watching something like that. You don't see a lot of ska
Yeah,
anymore. So
and it's cool too because they have this full band sound, but they have like a trumpet and a brass player.
yeah,
It's like there's like 4 members of the band section, and then the brass section is like 2 but they sound like 8 when they're
Yeah.
together. It's amazing. And my third band will be. Oh fuck! Hold on, I gotta make sure I get their name right.
Can we put an honorable mention for everybody? I don't know if you classified it as ska, but there is a trumpet or a trombone or sax or something.
Go on.
CLIFFDIVER.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
No, CLIFFDIVER's absolutely an honorable
There
mention.
we go.
Yes.
They're that local band too that y'all were
Yes.
talking about.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm gonna check them out.
Fantastic band.
You should. They are
Fantastic band.
they
They're
are
they're
fucking
very
amazing.
popular.
Their music
they-
videos are gold.
They
Okay.
Oh,
just
it's great.
went on tour last
Bowling
summer
for Soup.
Where-
with
Bowling
Bowling for
for
Soup. That's who it was.
And less than Jake.
Yeah.
And less
Yep.
than Jake. Yep.
So
Alright.
my third pick is gonna be Save Ferris.
Yep, that was on my list as well.
yeah.
Damn, that's a good one. Okay.
I was like, I
Ooh.
couldn't remember like the first word. I knew Ferris, but I was like, oh man, what's the first word? So I had to look it up. I couldn't remember.
Some honorable mentions. So I'm going to throw Gnome's list as all honorable mentions because we've pretty much listed all but one of his. So Less Than Jake, The Interrupters, Streetlight Manifesto, Catch 22, Mighty
I'm gonna
Mighty
listen to
Boss
so much
Tones.
Streetlight Manifesto tomorrow.
Two that I don't think anybody's said yet is Russ Kaja and Rancid.
Oh,
And,
that was one of the bands I was gonna put.
yep. And then Real Big Fish is another.
Yeah, dude,
Hey.
Restaja is really fucking cool if you want to hear Russian ska punk.
Okay, now I have to look them up.
I
so-
will send my favorite song to the chat right now. The song is so much fun.
And two more honorable mentions because Fuck Theta is No Doubt and No Effects.
Yep.
Yeah, no doubt is. Oh yeah, because I do a little bit of stuff with Sublime.
Yep.
We don't talk about that.
We
He
don't
doesn't
talk
quite
about
know
Bruno.
So that has been Theta's top 3 this week. Do we have any more honorable mentions?
Eric, Bobby. Oh, there goes Bobby.
Hear me?
We've got the whiskey and
Yeah. Do you guys want to throw any more bands out there, or did we cover every of them for you?
for me there was like Big Kids and the Table or something like.
Oh, Big D and the Kids Table. I
Yeah,
fucking
that's
forgot
a good
about
one.
them.
Holy shit!
yeah, that's like
If
one of
you've
the very
not-
few that I know from that genre.
If you've not listened to them, they're fucking great. Yes.
Oh shit! I just realized I'm sending a Spotify link.
You
Same.
just hit a fucking nerve in my head, and I'm like, why the fuck didn't I list them?
I thought somebody would. I was surprised.
I know, I'm mad at myself because I've got like my list was Aquabat, Streetlight Manifesto, Catch 22, Five Iron Frenzy, The Interrupters, Sublime, No Doubt, Me Versus and the Gimme Gimmes, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, Goldfinger, Operation Ivy, and the Transplants. That's the list that I did in one night.
They
Yeah.
apparently just released a song called "Little Bitch."
Who is it? Big D and the Kids Table? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
Oh, that's
It's
awesome.
good. I've listened to it already. Because I follow a lot of them on YouTube, so I get notified.
They're just drinking.
See,
In
like
this music video, they're just chugging beers.
Just listen to it.
Hell
Though.
yeah.
like it comes to a surprise to a lot of people, but ska is like actually my favorite genre of music.
Same.
Dude, I wish ska would make it back.
Like I had to describe what ska was to somebody the other day.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you guys were there, yeah, because
Yeah.
it was during the meeting. It was like it's like, what did I say? Oh my
It's
god!
like if you had pizza day at Friday at school. That's all there is
No,
to it. It's pizza
it's
day.
like
I wish ska would make a really big comeback. Realistically, I would
Dude,
love
I'd get
for it to
down on
blow
some
up again.
skanking, let me tell you.
Listen, if you want,
Skankin'.
there is a YouTube channel where this guy literally goes and does ska covers of everything. Like he gets different musicians. Ska Tune
right.
Network.
Ska Tune Network, I fucking love him.
If you've
Right.
not looked it up, Ska Tune Network on YouTube is fucking
Glass in-
amazing.
What?
I put my glass in the freezer.
So, while everybody's there's a kitty. While everybody's
It'd be
kind of getting prepped and looking up that stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and start our transition into our next thing, which I'll get that pulled back up here.
busting out the hard liquor.
Getting real gay. I'm kidding.
I just pulled up Superman by Goldfinger on YouTube, and the top comment says, 25 years, and I still can't hear this song without hearing the progressively faster beeps starting at 1:50, signaling the end of your run in the warehouse.
Oh.
The fuck?
All right. So
Triggered.
this segment is normally where Gnome would go over his recent releases. Since he's not here, he went ahead and sent us his list. His
What a
list
guy.
this week of new releases is the first one is Within Temptation, Wireless,
Ooh.
the new album. Labity House's new album, WrestleVania, their new E
Yes,
EP.
new album's
Dude.
really good. That's a local
Fucking-
band of ours.
Yes.
They're-
I
They're
think there are over like 2,000 views on YouTube on that video.
That's
Maybe more
great.
now. That was
So-
like 2 days ago when I seen
Ooh.
that.
Oh, they're smelling
Spilled-
alcohol. So yeah, if you haven't
supposed to
checked
be a
out
new
Labity
one.
House, definitely go check them out. They're on YouTube. Check out WrestleVania. It's good shit.
Yeah,
the
we
third
actually
one
had Christy on here.
Yep, we've
Yep.
had Christy on
Yeah.
here. The
Yeah.
third one he listed
Damn.
was King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard with
King
Gila
Gizzard.
Monster. That is a fucking tongue twister of a name right there. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Try saying that 5 times fast.
Nope.
Wait, you said King Gizzard and the Wizard Lizard?
The Lizard
Yep.
Wizard.
Lizard Wizard.
Say Lizard Wizard 5 times fast. Go.
There's a
Lizard Wizard. Nope.
there's a clip of that of like an old lady on TikTok trying to say that name, and she's just like King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Oh,
It's just-
fuck.
that's all I think
Just all
about.
nasal. Just all
I've ne-
nose.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
man.
never
It's like
even.
Billy Corgan talking.
Wee.
Aw.
I love Billy Corgan
Uh,
riding a fucking roller coaster.
Oh, it's great.
Gold-
It's
Every
just
time.
great.
Goldfinger's playing in Toronto or in Quebec in August with the Ataris. I want to go to that.
The Ataris.
Dude,
You gotta
I
fly all
haven't
the way to
heard the
Canada?
Ataris in a fat minute.
Ooh,
Dude,
yeah.
I would go to Quebec to watch that.
All right.
Well,
Well, Daddy, I hope you're ready because now we're going to transition again. All right. It is now time
That's
for
a new one.
Daddy's On This Day in Music History. What do
all
you
right.
got?
Do we want to start most recent or
Nope. Do it like we always do. Start
Okay.
from the back and work your way forward. You know,
Just on it.
Oh,
like-
Halo?
just like going down on somebody. You
Oh.
start at the butt and then you work your way up the crack.
I really have to piss right now. I hope you know that. Like, I'm going to
Yeah,
run
man.
to the bathroom while
As-
listening to this. So.
The only reason I say stuff like that is because I had a friend's sister. She just decided to explain how women clean up after they use the bathroom. She's like, "Yep, no, I'm clean. I just wipe crack to crack."
Oh, fucking
crack to crack?
Crack to crack, baby.
All right.
Get at it, Daddy.
So, 1947.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Damn,
I
we're
do.
going way back.
I keep finding like everything way back.
This is
Um,
great, though. I love this section.
Yes.
Yeah, I love history. This is pretty fucking cool. I didn't
Yeah,
know that this was
and yeah, we just recently added this in like what 2-3 weeks ago.
The
been three-
you started
3
one episode and it was the next episode, so I think it's been 2 or 3.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
That's
But-
what she said, AJ. Good job following along.
Look, I'm just trying to be helpful. God damn
Ada,
it!
quit being a bitch.
For
Sorry.
real, God, you're gonna make me buy Destiny on Steam again.
Do it,
Fucking
pussy.
Christ.
You won't.
All right.
Season of the Deep's been
get it,
really
Daddy.
good. Okay.
You shut up.
Children.
Okay.
1947. The drummer for Blue Oyster Cult is born, and
Oh,
therefore
thank God.
we have more cowbell.
Hey,
Say
hell
that's
yeah.
that would be the cowbell
Yeah.
dude because he's the percussionist.
Hell
Exactly.
yeah, way to go, guy.
Fuck
Proud of
yeah.
you.
Uh,
Proud of you for being born.
Love
Is he
Blue
still
Oyster Cult too.
I know.
they really
Totally
are
underrated.
fucking good.
They're so good.
1969. The Guess
Eh.
Who.
Nice.
The Guess Who make their
Yes.
debut on American television.
Huh.
Ooh.
That is how they got their start. I could not for the life of me find the name of the fucking television show that they started on. So
Because it was irrelevant after
it
they
was
came.
100% irrelevant.
Yeah. I know, but like I grew up on the Guess Who because of my dad, so I just threw that in there.
Hey,
Fair
there
enough.
you go. It's history.
I mean, it's
Um,
part of history. He'll drink a Mountain Dew to that.
Yep, I got two more. One of them's not really history just yet, but anyway,
Oh,
it will be.
that
it
was a
will
good
be next
piss.
year. 2010.
Oh,
It has been 13 years
don't.
Since then, whoa.
since Paul Gray from Slipknot died.
Go
Mm.
fuck yourself.
Whoa. Oh,
Yeah.
that's
We didn't
I-
need that today.
I
Thank you.
remember meeting fucking Jim Root like
oh
2
man.
years after that happened, and my buddy was wearing a shirt that had Paul Gray on it, and man, just like he like looked over at my friend because he was just talking to us outside the Brady, and he looks at my friend's shirt, and we immediately see him go,
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
and then
wait,
he,
hold
he
on.
kept talking with
That's
me,
heart wrenching.
and I was
Is
like,
it the shirt that's just like has all the Slipknot members on it with the red background?
mm-hmm. Yeah, and he
Yeah, I have
he
that
was just
same
like
shirt.
right on to Paul.
Damn.
Like,
And then
it-
just
the
just
thing that
recently,
happened today, it is history.
yes, Tina Turner passing away at age
Oh,
83.
yeah, I saw that.
Today,
Yeah.
Yeah, that was yeah.
Crazy.
So
it's she was
Proud-
an influence for a
Proud
lot of
Mary.
people.
Proud Mary keeps on turning though.
Yep. Now, so to put light on a few things, so I was hearing the whole conversation, and AJ, when you said you're gonna make me buy Destiny on Steam, all I could think about is that fucking meme, and I know you know which one I'm talking about, and I can just picture going, "Oh fuck, you're gonna make me buy Destiny on Steam."
Well, it's so I find it funny because he wants to buy it on Steam because it's not actually Destiny anymore. It is a glorified fishing simulator now, from what I hear.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Okay, listen. Season of the Deep just dropped yesterday,
Oh my god!
and we can fucking fish on Destiny. It is officially an MMO.
Oh my god.
We have fishing,
Listen,
and
the second
by the way, fishing just came out yesterday. I have caught all the fish on the EDZ, half the fish on Nessus, and a quarter of them on Savathun's Stone World.
oh
I
Jesus.
need
Sure.
to- I
I
need
think
to
you
get
have
my-
a problem.
Touch
Yeah,
grass.
you have it.
I have that emote. Don't worry.
All I will say, the other funny thing that I think AJ will get a crack at, a good laugh out of this is, I just ripped a monstrous fucking fart when I was taking a piss.
God damn! Did you
Right.
record it?
I should have. Anyways,
I
Not
try
going
to
into
do-
the bathroom for a while.
Dude, I try to like I try to hold my farts until I hear someone like pull on the handle to the porta john, or I'm in a crowded bathroom at a Casey's. Any convenience store, really. I just
Shout out Casey's, sponsor us.
shout out Casey's for giving me fucking the crazy shits with your fucking breakfast burritos. They're fucking delicious, and I'm not gonna stop eating them.
Yeah, I used to go there when it was overnights.
Yeah.
Casey's.
Mm-hmm.
all right. So I think it's time for us
Pizza's
to
bomb.
transition to our next thing. So,
Did we come back for the transition on that? Please tell me we
pretty
did.
much. Pretty much.
No, it clipped it. She said it, and I just saw it.
Oh my god, that's beautiful. I love this
All right.
podcast sometimes.
So
Sometimes.
Sometimes, man.
sometimes. So anyway,
Sometimes when
so
Gunk makes us compare two fucking songs, I lose my shit.
yeah, well, you love it, so deal with it.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotta get for
anyway,
next week,
I love
bitch.
that fucking song. It may be "We Love You," but it's fucking hot dog shit, like fresh from the sphincter.
All right, now our
That
next
song blows
segment.
dudes for free.
Bet it would sound better on acid.
Our next
Oh,
segment is
I might
what
be
we
terrified.
what we call music news. So
Look at that
Let me
power
ask-
stance. Hold up.
yeah, look at hold up, wait a
Fucking
second.
Captain
You should see
Morgan
the
over
with
here.
his
Hell
bass.
I had to hear the segment.
Oh, okay.
He was like,
Are
"I
your
was gonna
balls
kill
hanging
you,
out
but
right there? Because it kind of looks like your balls are just kind of hanging freely there. Oh, he's okay. So
Is that Tom Petty song, Free Ballin'?
Oh yeah, that's it. That's the name of it, or whatever he called it.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
I thought it was
let me
free
ask you
calling.
guys something. Are you guys on a phone or a computer there?
Computer.
Okay. So do you have access to pull up the chat there? Both of them reach.
We're like, ooh.
So here's what I'm going to ask you to
This
do.
is what my phone sees all the time when I'm trying to read stuff.
So what I'm going to ask you to do is if you click on the text channel labeled Music News, you'll see as of May 19th, Wiener Sleeve posted something. I posted a few articles. Just kind of scrolling through there, point out an article that catches your attention, and we'll talk about that one.
That's kind of like
Right here, death metal band plays outside GameStop on night of Zelda launch. That's pretty.
Hell yeah.
that game is so fucking fire too. That's what I've been
I
playing.
haven't played it yet. I haven't played either one of them.
What?
Look,
Okay.
I've
What else?
been
Because
playing
I
it
do
on-
think we talked about that one last week. We even showed the video. But if you guys haven't, definitely check out that article. It's fucking great.
And then
No,
what's
it's great.
No, keep scrolling, dog. I want to keep seeing. I think you're going up.
Yeah, it was.
Is it going up? Yeah, dog.
Well, going up is going further into the chat.
Let's see.
So-
Okay, yeah, because that was the Skylit Drives vocalist on.
Is this Fred the
Vince
Fish with
Neil
SpongeBob?
judge something or another. Why is Vince McNeil in any kind of? or
You
Vince
guys are
Neil-
going.
Vince
I think
Neil-
they're going.
Go down. Go down.
Go the opposite direction. You're going
Hold
the
on.
wrong way.
You're time traveling.
May
love it,
19th to
dude.
now.
Fetty Wap, there's a Betty Wap something or another.
Oh, he wants to
Fetty-
talk about Fetty Wap. There we go.
Fatty who?
After we talk
Go
about this, Daddy needs to get her news posting.
Look, I'm on Twitter.
So-
Leave me alone.
According
removed.
to a tweet Daddy found on Twitter from Daily Loud, apparently Fetty Wap has been sentenced to 6 years in prison for
Who?
drug trafficking.
He's
That's
just
all we
some-
have.
Oh,
It's just some
Color me
fucking like
surprised.
trap rapper or some shit. I don't know.
Okay.
he's got some. He's got some bangers. He's got the Yam song.
Soda.
Yeah, so,
That
What
was
is
most
happening?
notably this.
baby,
Is
girl,
that
you're
him?
so damn fine though.
Is that cat?
Is that him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, okay.
Samples
Oh, yeah.
Drowning
Alright.
Pool's Bodies, a new rap song. He is
Oh,
hilarious.
dude, no, I'm waiting for that
Bodies
one to
hit the
drop.
floor.
No, you gotta say it like him. Thought he's hit the floor. I nurture my skin.
Yeah, I think we talked about that one
Good.
too. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
Let's see. Okay, here's
You're-
so this is one that I am intrigued by. Foo Fighters announced their new drummer.
Yes.
So
I have seen so many videos on TikTok going, look at their new drummer that they found. This guy's pretty good. And I want to punch every single person in the face.
Dude, it's
doesn't-
like,
so I won't lie, I don't know who Josh Freese is.
What?
Personally,
Yes, you
I
do.
don't.
You do.
I've probably heard it because
Since
according
he's played
to
with, you know
He's
him.
played with everybody.
Wasn't he
Yeah,
on the? Wasn't he on the Mure de Noms album by Perfect
I believe
Circle?
So,
yes.
according
He
to
Yeah.
was
his,
Perfect
he
Circle's
is-
drummer.
That's a killer band.
according to
Yeah.
metalinjection.net, he's
Dot
played
not.
with fuck off. He's played with bands like A Perfect Circle, Guns N' Roses, and Nine Inch Nails, as well as his own band, The Vandals, for quite some time. He was announced as the new drummer as part of the band's May 21st live stream. So he's
I
now
watched
the
the
drummer.
video.
with them.
It sounds great with him.
It's good.
I'm curious. I'm curious to hear it. So that's definitely
Oh.
something
It's
to
fantastic.
be on the
I could see
lookout
why
for.
people would be skeptical, though, kind of based off of the other selections of bands that he's played for. But yeah, I'm sure he'll do a good job.
Yeah, but Taylor was a aggressive drummer, so
Yeah, exactly. That's why
He'll-
it's
that's why I'm like he's gonna be a perfect fit. That's why I thought like if they continue and they get like a metal drummer to go in there, he's still gonna be a good fit.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Dave Grohl was always an aggressive drummer. If you
Yeah.
look at the Nirvana
Oh, God,
shit,
yeah.
they got to have somebody because you know
When you
Dave's
took
gonna
his-
want that energy
Like,
way up
They could
there.
have got the fucking drummer for Gojira to come and play with them, and he still would have fit.
He would have fit
Oh, yeah.
just fine.
let's
got
see.
what's his nuts?
I really wanted to go watch that show that they did, or that tour that they did with Mastodon and Lorna and all that. That looked
I
like
was
a
there.
Stop it! Stop! Please
I
stop!
was there.
God.
It was amazing. It was so,
So,
good.
the
Oh.
next news article that I found is from metalinjection.net as well. So according to this, the title says Gene Simmons says Van Halen destroyed Black Sabbath on
Oh
tour.
my
Tony
god.
Iommi admitted it, and so did Ozzy. So according
Bruh.
to this,
Okay, if Ozzy
Bruh.
admitted to it
First
as
of all-
well, okay. But Gene Simmons just needs to sit the fuck down and fucking
Now-
retire.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
gonna
about to say,
read-
first of all, can we just forget anything Gene Simmons says?
Gene
hold on.
Simmons at this point is up
Yes.
there with Vince Neil.
Yeah.
there's
Like, please
there's
fucking.
so
I don't know.
there's
Vince Neil is so dude is he
All
can't
right.
Okay,
do anything.
not vocally, but you like fucking
That man is
egos
so
and
hard.
attitude.
The dog piss out of him when we read that article.
Now hold on. So according to the article, he is quoted saying, "I saw the he gave an interview to Classic Rock where he discusses the early days of Van Halen and how exceptional they were as a band, particularly guitarist Eddie Van Halen and
Wait,
singer David Lee Roth."
Hold on. Saw early video of the band? You mean video all the way until their end?
No, it's not that he saw a video; he was there.
Okay. Well, whatever. He was there when it
Hold on,
first
hold on.
started. Like
There's
Van Halen
more to
was
it.
fucking Van Halen was like kicking ass and eating pussy the whole goddamn time.
Okay, hold on. There, let me finish
Well,
before
I'm
you
sorry,
start
David Lee-
throwing
David
But
Lee
shade.
Gene
Roth was-
Simmons already.
David
All
Lee
right.
Roth was not eating the pussy.
Hold on. He said, I saw them that night and was left incredulous. He said, I stood at the front of the stage and couldn't believe my eyes and ears. This was one man making all of these sounds with his bare human hands. Everybody in the band was
Bare
singing and
hands.
playing live, and Eddie was a complete guitar symphony in his own right. In those early days, Ed would sometimes stand with his back to the audiences because he didn't want to give his tracks away. But even if you saw how he played those licks, how could you possibly emulate them? He said, so he throws some, it says here, Simmons throws some shade at Ace Frehley and Peter Criss later in the interview,
Good.
discussing
Yeah,
how
there
he
it is.
wanted to work more closely with Van Halen after helping produce a demo. Quoted saying, but despite the quality of those tracks that we recorded together, he said, I could not get interest from my manager at the time, not going to say the name, who has since passed away. Paul
Well, he's
Stanley
dead.
wasn't
Why don't
interested
you just mention his
either.
name?
I can't. Bill Alcoin. He said Paul
That's why
Stanley
he didn't
wasn't
want to do
interested.
it.
Fuck you. Paul Stanley wasn't interested either, and of course, Ace Frehley and Peter Criss had bigger things on their minds. They were too busy making bad decisions about life. He said, I had wanted to take Van Halen under the wings of Kiss. We should have signed them and taken them out on tour with
No.
us. Sadly, nobody else in our organization saw it,
Thank
and
God.
of course, months later, Warner Brothers came by and scooped them up. He said, and by the time Kiss went out on tour again, they had taken the Kinks, You Really Got Me, and made it into something that Ray Davies could have never imagined. They became
I'm sorry.
superstars.
That sounds good.
He said,
Go on.
the final quote is, that's a shame as their absolute peak, nobody could touch them. When they went out on tour with Black Sabbath in 1978, Van Halen destroyed that band. Tony Iommi admitted it, and so did Ozzy.
Well, yeah, it's Black Sabbath versus Van Halen. Like
Okay, yeah,
they're
you put-
both
There's
good.
no
and
contest.
Well,
they're
you put any
both good
guitarist
in
against
their
Eddie, and
fucking
it's-
respective genres, and they're good. You put them together, and I'm sorry, but Van Halen's gonna outshine.
Can we
Oh, yeah.
appreciate the fact that they didn't end up taking them under their wing? Because
Yeah.
I can only
Yes,
imagine how
Absolutely,
shitty
dude. That
Van
record
Halen
label
would've
would have tried to
gotten.
morph them into a like new Kiss, like a progressive Kiss.
Ugh.
No.
I wonder, because I will say, yes, they are bad about that kind of shit, but I don't think it was more so to morph them. I think it was because he heard the sounds that Van Halen was producing with Eddie and David Lee Roth and was like, this would be an amazing thing to produce and put out for the world to hear. And I think that's what he saw, but by the time he was able to try to get anybody to convince it, Warner Brothers got him before he could. Which I'm glad they did,
Good.
because look at where they are now. So, yeah. The only other articles I can think of are about the guy from Cream, Pete Brown, passed away at 82.
That's sad. I love cream
Where?
and my coffee and my music.
Cream.
Yeah,
I was
cream.
like, Creed.
And then there was we've already talked about the CLIFFDIVER situation.
Mm-hmm.
That was the other article I think.
Oh, we'll bring it up again.
Discussing.
Go donate.
Which they're fucking. Hold on, I still have it pulled
what's it at
up.
now?
Yes. Where we
Yeah,
at?
I want to see.
Jesus.
Holy
$15,000. When we first talked about that GoFundMe was sitting at 4K.
That's
When I first saw it, it was
fantastic.
2K. So it's
Phenomenal.
definitely jumped. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, in 2 hours,
That's wonderful.
$15,000.
I need it. Sounds like something happened in the.
So what happened to CLIFFDIVER?
Here,
The
I'll
link,
send the link.
yeah. That way we don't have to openly talk about their
Yeah,
personal
it's-
stuff.
Yeah, it makes sense. Is it under music news?
I'm posting the link in there now.
Yeah. It's their GoFundMe page.
Yeah, it's their GoFundMe, but it
okay.
explains everything that happened. So there's the link. You can go to that, and that will tell you everything.
It's a lengthy story.
Yes, it is, but
Wait a minute, how to use
it kind of explains everything that happened.
So
So while they're kind of looking into that, we're going to go ahead and transition into our next segment here, which is... What is it? Oh boy, what is it?
Hold on,
What's the new
hold on,
segment?
wait. I know what it is. Hold on.
What is it?
Monkey. That's fucking
Oh God!
It was in perfect unison too.
Nope, I'm leaving.
What's funny is the amount of times that people play it and they don't realize that's me doing that.
Dude, it's
That
so
was
good.
weird. We didn't
Yeah.
even plan that.
No, I was just like, wait
So-
a minute, dude.
Our next-
just clicks. It was
Our next...
on
Oh,
point.
yeah.
Really quick, Eric, Bobby, it's like the third or fourth paragraph where it actually goes in depth of what happened.
Yep. So our next segment, while they're kind of looking through that, is what we call our tips section. This is for all of our viewers, both on YouTube and Twitch, from us as musicians and music enthusiasts, or even in certain cases, merch people. This is where you can give music, gear, show tips, merch tips to you guys, so you have a better understanding of things that might help you grow as artists and musicians. So we're gonna pause your guys' reading for a second there.
No, don't tell them.
Okay.
To start.
How dare you tell them what to do?
You doing?
Oh,
Sorry.
Here, Discord.
You're not their dad.
You're not my dad.
You're not
Do you
my
guys, off the top of your head, have any tips for any of our viewers, both on Twitch and YouTube, whether it's music,
wait.
gear, or show?
Hold on, you
Excuse me,
motherfucker.
sir. What are
You
doing?
jumped over a step.
What the fuck are you doing?
You've forgotten
Oh.
rule number 1.
What's rule
Wow.
number 1?
Don't fucking suck,
suck.
gunk.
Apparently, like what
And-
you're doing tonight.
Yeah,
Hold
what
on,
I'm doing.
I'm gonna add a fine print rule in there, the one that you gotta get your bifocals on to read. Don't let Gunk get distracted when he announces this one.
God, fucking skipping over the first rule, forgetting our
Oh,
guest
also-
names. Like,
also,
Jesus Christ.
I'm a horrible
Rule-
host.
Also,
It's falling apart.
rule 1 of don't suck means as a band and as a person.
Yeah.
And Rule 34 means
No.
There's the
We're-
porn of
no.
it.
There's
God,
a point of
Kenny.
it.
I feel like even if it's cheap,
Shrek is
simple
love.
was the end.
Shrek is life.
Fucking hell. Anyways, okay, so yes, tip number 1, as always, is don't suck. Like AJ said, as a band or as a person, or like me, totally sucking at being a host tonight. I'm horrible at it. So
You've been all over the place. I'm gonna be honest.
I have. I am. It is a day.
he had
So,
a long day, leave him alone.
He had a big day.
I did have a big day. I had to deal with Theta all day at work. So Bobby, Eric, do you guys have any tips for our viewers at home?
As far as like not sucking.
No.
Just in
As-
general.
As a musician in general.
Oh, like to do like for musicians.
Have fun. That's like
Yeah, honestly.
That's like one of the
Yeah.
more important things for me, anyways. Is like getting on stage and like just having fun.
Yeah, that the same for me. Definitely just kind of it's a mixture of continuous practice, even if it's just singing in the shower or screaming in your car, to or from work, just a way
Humming on the
to kind of
toilet.
decompress yourself, and also practice. That's kind of my mantra. um and yeah, like he said, have fun. Like, just make sure that when you're on stage, you're just kicking it. And I mean, of course, be keeping time with everything, but also just
Yeah, just like create that energy that people want to see, and like just like create an atmosphere that people will enjoy being around, and like because if you're giving off that energy, you're going to get it back,
yeah,
and then you're just like
Yeah.
feeding off each other, and then everybody's having a fantastic time.
Yeah, like
yeah,
I'm gonna give an example of for vocalists, like what not to do. I'll put a bigger band on blast here. The story so far, I saw
Here we
them.
go.
I saw them with Coheed and Cambria and Taking Back Sunday. So
Mhm.
you already know it's going to be a hell of a show. I'm not a big fan of the story so far, but I was excited because I do like a couple of their songs. And it's not really my genre I dip in too much.
We'll talk
And
about that later.
that's fine. We
Hold
can cuddle and talk about it in bed, okay?
Yes, please.
But I've got to stand up to give you an example. So they're playing their whole set. Their guitarist is trying to get into it. Their drummers, doing his shit. Bass player's doing his shit. Lead singer up here with the microphone, sunglasses on, mind you.
Was it daylight out?
Bro.
Oh, he wears his sunglasses at
He
night.
is like the whole set.
Of course.
The
Silly
whole
me.
set.
Oh hell.
Bro, that's
no.
You went to an off show then.
Yeah, because I've seen him
Yeah.
literally like
I've
I
seen
think
them
a
a
woman off
bunch.
stage.
He did do
It's
that.
like-
Yes.
Because I was like,
Yes.
because I've seen shit like that too. Because sometimes I watch live performances of bands on YouTube or wherever I can catch it before I go see them. So I can, hey Oni, so I can get kind of like a preemptive strike on like, okay, what's the energy I need to give into the crowd to keep this show going?
Yep.
Because you got people standing in the crowd, but if you got one guy in the back, because I usually stand back there because it's comfy.
Yep.
But
Comfy.
so I was like, all right, hell yeah. So we're like midway on the yard, like watching them, and I'm like, all right, hell yeah, I fucking like this song. And then I'm watching the lead singer, and I'm like, all right, everybody's just kind of sitting down, not doing much. Okay.
Yeah.
Like you don't wanna act up like you do at a show whenever no one's having fun, or it doesn't seem like they're having fun. It's like, I mean, hell,
Bands are hard to please.
you piece of shit.
I
Like,
can
well-
speak on behalf of that. So like when the Vagrants would perform a show, because I was the lead vocalist for the Vagrants. If there was a song where I didn't step back to play the drums and I wasn't singing, I would go off to the side of the stage. I would definitely move with the music, or I would go out into the fucking crowd and interact with them, get them moving, because there's music, there's energy. Get into it.
Yeah, like I'll do that shit too when I see like we have a decent sized crowd and nobody's really moving or anything, but I see people sitting there watching us and like, yeah, I'll like wait for a section of a song where I know I can jump or stomp and get into it, and I will leap off stage and get close to people and start doing the lyrics, and I'll be like, come on, like fucking get into it. Like, give us some of that energy. I know you're waiting for the other bands that you came here to see and you're liking what we've got, but show us you like it. Like, you can give 10-20% of that energy you want to give to the big band that you came to see. Feed that little band too, because you never know. The
Yes.
next time you go to see your favorite local band, it could be that band that's headlining and is going around the world right now. And you'll remember back to the day, just using me as an example, like that band, I'll never forget that lead singer. I was just kind of sitting there chilling, listening to their music, and he got down, and I was like, fuck yeah, let's fucking get into this. Now I'm watching my favorite local band open up for them who've went around the world.
Yep.
Like, it creates beautiful memories between everybody.
Aw.
Babe, wasn't it when we went to go see the Red Letters Shua's band?
Mhm.
There was like fucking, and this was at the Vanguard. There's fucking almost nobody there at the time. And the opening band, they were just playing, and the Vanguard floor. Y'all, everyone's been to the Vanguard, right? I know.
Yeah.
We
Bobby, you
Yeah,
guys
never
just
heard of
played there. You played there with Pariah System.
We didn't. We actually
backed out.
pulled from
Oh,
that
you guys had to back out too?
We
highly recommend
Damn.
the Vanguard. It's a
Yes.
fun fucking place.
We're
for
gonna
shows.
get you up there at some point to actually
Yeah.
play.
I do want to play the Vanguard at
It's
some
a
point.
it's a beautiful
It's
venue.
worth it.
But
worth
I mean, the floor was fucking empty. And what was the name of that fucking band that was playing? Do you remember? They were from out of state, Missouri, I think. Anyway, but they were playing. They were amazing. But there was nobody by the stage. Nobody at the Vanguard.
Mm-hmm.
There was nobody. So Gunk and I, we got there. We went to the bar. We got our drinks, and immediately just straight up to the front stage. And then people started to trickle over.
Yeah, it's if you see a crowd not moving, you're there supporting your friends, maybe, or you're playing the show and the band's on before you, and you're like, these guys are awesome, and you see no one doing something, do something about it.
Yeah,
There's
it
always
was bad.
there's always at least like a handful of people. They're just like, man, if someone starts clapping their hands, I'll probably start clapping my hands or something. Or if I see someone move forward whenever the vocalist says, hey, come on up here, then I'll probably go up there. And then they'll see you or you and your wife in their example go up there, and then you got like 6 or 7 people following you because they were just waiting for that lead to go in.
I'm looking to see if I can
So
find the
like
name of that band.
wallflower syndrome,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
like kind of thing.
Yeah, we
'Cause
played
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna go off that. We did like a house show in Purcell. At Wyatt's mom's house. That's the thing. His name.
I wish we could have made that show because you invited us out, and I had so much fun.
But like most of the people that went there was like our personal like friends and stuff, and that genre of music isn't necessarily like their main one. But the first band goes on. It was Oceans Above. They're great. I like
Those
them.
guys are fantastic.
Yeah, they're awesome. But they go on and like they're the first act, and a lot of people being there that's not like their main thing to be at these type of shows. But like there was nobody, so yeah, everyone's sitting at the back, nobody's doing anything. So I went into another room and I grabbed Viridis. They were in another room getting ready because they were
They go
Another good band.
I'm playing their shoulders.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
but they were getting ready, so I went into another room to grab them, and then we went out there. I was like, "Hey, come on, let's go mosh." We went and mosh for them a little bit. It's like it is set like it made the band that in turn just giving them like some sort of energy in the crowd. It made the band they went like a lot harder. They were happier, more excited to be there, and then we got a little bit more crowd involvement even from the people at the back. But yeah, just to follow up with that about just be there to support the band as much as they want to be there to have fun.
We had a pretty decent with that show too, because that was about the time too. Everyone from the surrounding place, which is like Purcell, they started showing up. So we had some people moving and pushing each other around. I love that shit. I love it when everyone just gets together and starts like pushing or dancing and stuff like that. That fucking rocks, man.
Hell yeah. So, in a nutshell, don't just stand there. Have fun.
And
You're
bring
at a
the
show.
energy.
Everyone involved.
Bring the energy.
Bring the energy.
Yeah. Hi, Deffy.
Any other tips for our viewers? Anybody?
No, but to add on, like, I get it if you go to a show and you're there to support everybody and a band's not your cup of tea. Like,
Yeah.
I've been to shows like that. I've played shows like that where I'm like, man, it's just not hitting the right chord with me, man. Yeah, I mean, it's okay to sit back, but if you see like they're really wanting to get into it, at least give them a little support. Even if it's not for you, walk up there for a second and then go get a beer. You've pulled people with you. People that really like it will be up there, and then you can help them perform a little better.
Support all local artists, honestly. Like that's
100%.
just any kind of that's my mantra for sure. Get people on shows with you, even if it's not your genre necessarily, because you got a lot of people. I'm definitely no like music professor, but I can tell skill and genuinity between, from that and like something that just doesn't come from a place of like, anything like that. So like, it's for me, it's just like taking a look at that, even if kind of like you said, we have friends that don't even necessarily like our style of music, but they'll come out and they'll get energized and they'll, join in and stuff, because they know, supporting us is, supporting the community overall. And that's how I feel about a lot of that, especially because we get a lot of country artists around here. My cousin, he does country music.
Same.
He's great. I fucking love listening to him, hanging out with him. He's like a baller dude. So like, just anyone like that, anything, just support local music.
Exactly. Like I got real lucky. I have a good family that just wants to see everybody do what they love and do it well. Like I got lucky enough to play in a town that's close to my hometown, and almost all of my immediate family was there. They do not like metal. That is not their forte, but all of them were there.
Didn't your grandma come out to a show?
No, it's my mom.
Oh.
Not that old.
See fucking see someone's fucking mama in the center of the fucking mosh pit. Let's
Oh,
go.
hell yeah.
She's just swinging a fucking walker.
Dude, yes.
Fucking
Oh,
getting
man.
knocked out by the
I
tennis
don't
balls.
fucking know.
You just see a group of kids try to
Oh,
jump into
you
mosh
pick
pit
her
and get
up.
fucking cold clocked by grandma's walker. Just bah!
Fucking
All right,
hard
well.
feelings.
Any other tips, or are we ready to move on to our final segment of the evening?
I got one more.
Okay.
But I'm not a musician at all.
The merch lady is speaking.
Yeah, the merch lady is speaking. But no, there should not be an awkward silence to where
Yeah,
you
it
just
does
hear
look
the
like a lasso.
crowd.
Sorry.
When you're on stage, fill that fucking
Welcome
that
in,
time
Peckerlips.
with conversating with the crowd. Like if you're a guitarist and bass player or drummer, they got to fix their equipment or some shit. Fill that fucking time with talking
Yeah.
with the crowd.
Yes.
I do that. I mean, Bobby and them have seen me do that. You guys have seen me do that, and be like,
Yep.
Do it all the time. We have so many fucking technical difficulties. Like,
dude. So
Shit
do
happens.
we.
Shit
fucking shitty
happens.
setup.
Last show we played, Eric's amp crapped out like midway through the opening
Done
song,
that like 3 times.
and what was it? We opened up for First Jason, and Chris's wireless just decided it was done. Like, well, not entirely done, but you had to have the fucking like port hooked up for the dongle to work. So he's in the middle of doing the intricate part in the middle of one of our songs that adds a whole layer, and all I hear is the other guitars and bass going dun 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 dun, and I'm like doing the scream lyrics, and I look at Chris and he's like pointing at the pod, and I'm like, oh, and then like I do the high scream I do, and then there's a short pause, and everyone in the crowd just sees me go down to my knee, pull a cable, and then you hear Chris's guitar. So I'm sitting there singing and doing all my shit, and then they see me slowly let go, and then you hear Chris's and I'm like, yeah, okay, we got it. Oh shit.
Damn.
That's
You had to
almost
do
as
that.
bad
We
as.
both had Braxton.
Oh man, we played the
Bartlesville.
yeah, our Bartlesville show. That was something else. We met this dude. Shout out to Fireball Willie. Shout out to Fireball Willie, dog. He I don't know how old he is. Apparently, like he's big at Rocklahoma. I think someone told me he
I know
sold
who you're fucking talking about.
bro.
I'm friends with him on Facebook.
That's Fireball Willie, daggone.
So there was this time during a bit in Atlas, everyone was moving around. We had a pretty decent, sized pit going. And Fireball, well, he was jumping around. He had been drinking, he had been having a good time, and he came up right in front of me, and I'm screaming. I got my eyes closed, I got my hand up in the air, I'm like doing this whole thing. And then I brought that shit down. I punched that guy so hard in the top of his head.
Oh,
And then he
Jesus.
but I don't pick him up. He was okay, but it was just one of those things where, just Fireball Willie getting at it. There's a picture on Facebook somewhere where he's like doing this whole thing, and like it was like right before the events happened, like taking a picture.
A
And,
moment frozen in time.
Bro, yeah, he was cool. He liked it.
He's fun. But what I was referring to though was
Yeah.
that show.
I just couldn't
Our
help it.
drummer's freaking was there a snare or
It was his snare. It fell off of the thing.
It kept falling over. So there was a point where I was holding up and trying to just like tap everything on my bass, and then eventually eventually Bobby came over. I just like handed it to him. Yeah, he was like we were both like trying to play our respective instruments, whatever, and then hold Braxton's freaking snare drum for that song.
That was when I started holding it. That was one of the higher screams or like the longer screams I do, because I do one in Immolation and Paper Faces where it's just like a 20-second long like Chester Bennington ass scream. You know what I'm saying? And I was just down there like holding this snare drum up.
Hold on.
Don't do that. Don't do him like that. He was.
Hey, Theta, what's the matter, Theta?
Go fuck
Theta is
yourself.
not a fan of Linkin Park.
He is
No, he is
not a
not.
fan of Linkin Park.
Oh my
God, he
Why?
did a 17-second scream.
Okay.
He's the
But
fucking
to be
Donald
fair,
Trump when you
I
talk
don't
about
listen to
Linkin
him
Park.
as much as I know the fact that he holds out a really long scream, and I do that in
One time.
I do it in Glass House.
One time.
But
Calm your tits.
like
Fucking
what
Theta has
I've
the
got
20-second wine.
I got one more fun story about a drummer. This was my first band way back when I was like 16. So, God, 14 years ago. That's crazy.
Feel old yet?
I feel old every goddamn day. Our drummer, this is probably one of the coolest swaps we've ever had. He is in the middle of our set list. We're playing at a birthday party. We are a pseudo early 2000s deathcore band playing at a fucking birthday party, and he's in the middle of this like drum part he's got, which is kind of intricate, and I like turn to look at him because I'm playing guitar. This is before I started doing vocals, and I'm doing like the chug pattern, and I'd always look back at him, and I look over at him, and he's sitting there and he's like playing, and then I see him go, and he's like standing, and he's 6'2". He's standing and still playing, and he's like, and he looks up, he's like, my throne broke. It's like, what? So I've got my wireless shit, and I'm walking behind him and still playing, and I look, and literally the screw part of the throne has snapped.
Oh,
And it's in two halves laying on the ground. So we get through the song, and he's like rubbing his legs because his calves are on fire.
running in place.
And I'm like, so our drummer doesn't have a throne anymore. We may have to cut our set short. Someone brings up one of those classic blue plastic lawn chairs, like the lean back
Yup.
ones with the cup holder, and they give him a beer, push it over to him. He sits down, gets it comfy, sets the beer in the cup holder, and gives us a count off for the next song.
fuck
I
yeah.
was like, this is awesome. And then someone threw a fucking like aerosol can in a bonfire that was right next to us, and right during a
Oh my
breakdown.
God.
Dude, it was so cool. It was right at our breakdown on our last song. We all swing forward like headbang, and as soon as we do this, bonfire just goes boom, it like blows up beside us, and I'm like, this must be what it's like to have pyrotechnics.
Like,
See,
I
I've
need to get
had-
some of
It
that.
was so cool.
I've had two instances where we've had equipment malfunctions on stage. Once was, I think it was at the Shrine, Vic's amp, which is Gnome's old amp. For some reason, the board, there's something wrong with it, where after a certain amount of time, it just cuts out. I've looked at the motherboard of the whole thing. Nothing is out of place. Nothing's broken. Everything looks good. But for some reason, just out of nowhere, it does that. Only way to fix it, you have to bash the hell out of the top of the amp. Takes one or two hits, and it kicks right back on. So we're in the middle of a set, about
It's
to
like an
play a
old
song.
tube TV.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a song. Vic goes to strum, no sound. I just get this look on my face, have my microphone, walk over, boom, smash the shit out of the fucking amp, and it kicks back to life. I'm like, great.
That's
Like,
crazy.
the other time was way back in 2011. I think it was at Shawnee at the
Such a terrible
VFW.
name.
We were playing. I was in a metal band at the time. I was drumming, and we were playing a show down there. And I'm sitting there. We're in the middle of a song where the whole band just jumps. And so as a drummer, I'm bouncing along with the rhythm. I don't know what's going on. Theta and Daddy are laughing about something secret.
I cannot fucking look at her anymore.
It's because
Okay.
I called him out about whining about fucking Chester Bennington, and now we've been laughing about it off and on. And I almost
Okay.
laughed so hard that I pissed myself on stream, so I really had to go pee.
Okay. But in the middle of that set, in the middle of that song, the throne I had was a cheap old one that the band I was with gave me to use. 1, 2, snap. The locking mechanism broke.
Ooh,
My
did it go
drum
up your
throne-
butthole?
No.
Man.
Oh, okay. Whew.
The drum throne
Damn.
dropped all the way to its lowest setting. And anybody who knows me knows I have long legs, which means 1, I have to sit up kind of high. 2, I have to sit back from the kit. I just dropped 4 levels.
He went
And
to
so I'm-
gnome level.
I'm doing this, and they keep looking back at me like, what's wrong? Because every time I go to hit something a certain way, bust the shit out of my knuckles. And they
Oh,
finally
fuck.
look and realize, oh shit, your drum throne. I'm like, yeah. They didn't realize it until the end of the set, though. And I'm like, they're like, what the fuck happened? I'm like, do you not see? And I held it up, and I just pulled it apart. I said, that's not supposed to happen. Drop. Yeah. Needless to say, take care of your equipment. That's
We
a
say
big
that
tip
a lot.
there. Take care of
Damn.
your
That's a good
equipment.
one. That's a good
All
one.
right, so let's
All right.
go ahead and kind of round this out and get to our final segment of the evening here. Gonna refresh that because I'm gonna check that again. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached towards the end of the podcast this evening. I did want to do one quick shout out. I just refreshed the GoFundMe. They're literally less than $500 away from their goal.
Yeah.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
fucking
In the span
That's
of 2 to 3 hours.
3
Yep.
hours. 3 hours. They've already almost reached their goal.
That's
So
fucking
anyways,
stellar.
Yeah, CLIFFDIVER, we love you guys, and
Speedy
we'll send you
recovery.
all our speedy recovery. All our best wishes from everyone here at the Backstage podcast and from the individual bands and such. We have reached the final segment of our podcast this evening, which is where I'm gonna let Wiener Sleeve take over because this is his time to shine.
This is a fun little thing we do at the end. We do it with our guests. There are 2 different games we could play. It's all mini games. Points don't matter. It's all for laughs.
Play one.
No
Okay,
whammy.
we play one game usually, but I let the guests pick, and I have a gut feeling you're gonna pick the game that we're all talking about. So we have 2 games. We have one called Cover Band, where we pick a
I was
band.
gonna say, I forgot the first one. I forgot the
I,
other
Yeah, I
I,
did
I had
too.
to think about it for a second. So
one.
Cover Band is where we let you guys or whoever has an idea, like we'll say Smashing Pumpkins, because they're in my head right now. So we'd say Smashing Pumpkins, and then all of us, whether it be super serious, like you would actually see this being a cover band, or like a goofy play on words, you make up a cover band name. And it's all for shits and giggles. There's nothing serious about it. The second game we play, which has become highly popular because of me and my drunken friend one night, is called Crossing Streams. It is where you take one band, any genre. You take one member out of that band, and you pick a different band, same genre, different genre, doesn't matter. And you take those 2 members and you swap them.
Oh shit.
So you could take like
I already got one.
you could take
I'm ready this week.
So, for example, you could take like Kenny Chesney
Kenny Chesney.
and swap him out with Brendan Small from Death Clock, and just
There it
imagine
is.
how it would
There
play
it
out.
is. There's the death clock for the day.
Yep, I gotta
We
bring
hit
him
it.
up at least once.
We got it in.
I don't
Okay.
think we had one last week.
No, we did.
No,
didn't.
we didn't because
did-
that's the host podcast.
Oh, we didn't
Yeah.
talk about death.
Yeah,
clock.
remember we don't
Wow.
do the mini games. No, I'm pretty sure I brought up Death
I'm
Clock.
pretty sure you talked about death.
I'm
clock
pretty
one
sure you
week.
did bring up Death Clock at least once.
It's been
I always do.
every week.
Always do.
Dude, we need to start putting a counter on the fucking screen for every time.
Do
we
it.
do.
Uh,
Yeah.
the amount of
That and how
editing
many
Rod
times I talk
time.
about Destiny.
Oh, fuck.
That's the first time I've-
Okay,
This
okay.
is
well,
not a
that'll
gaming
be-
podcast.
We've already
Alright.
okay.
Oh.
We definitely want to do 2.
Oh,
Crossing
okay.
streams, I think.
Crossing
All right,
streams.
so
I've already
Crossing
got one.
Streams.
Okay,
We've
okay,
already
so
crossed
The
Crossing
reigning
streams.
champ.
Oh wait, hold on. Repeat what you just said.
We've already crossed streams.
Oh,
bet.
There
okay.
you go.
And you didn't invite us.
That's kind of
I know. I've been holding my pee for this entire thing
The fuck,
because I've seen
man?
almost everybody get up and go to the bathroom at least once, and I'm like, no,
No,
I am
Like,
a statue.
unite.
I
felt
really
like
had to pee.
I am
had-
stoic.
I
Gotta
got
think
through
of-
3 of these. Okay, I
I
needed
think
to
I need
pee.
to either drink or smoke.
I
more.
drank this entire fucking thing while we were doing this podcast and a beer.
Dude, liquid
Drink
goes right through me.
this.
all
And I'm already halfway through
27.2
this.
fluid ounces.
All right. So,
25.3.
who of you two wants to go first on their crossing streams?
Oh man. Okay, I've got one. Does it have to be? Can it be a band and then like some other figure/entity?
Yes.
Ooh.
Go for it.
As long as it makes sense.
Would it make
No.
sense to do like Donald Duck's voice, but to replace like a deathcore band? Like I was just
Yes.
recently watching Phil Bozeman's cover of Unanswered on the Suicide Silence Memorial Show. That's what I'll pick. I pick Unanswered. with
Okay, so he wants to switch. He wants to switch fucking Phil Bozeman from Whitechapel with Donald Duck.
yeah.
I'm taking it.
I
we can
love
allow
it.
it.
for
Oh
that
my
shit.
god.
Allow it. That's a good.
That puts a
When-
whole new aspect.
This is a
on
whole
this
new
fucking
level
game
on it for
me.
sure.
Oh, so I
I
can put
like
that
that.
in.
Now I'm
AI
gonna.
great something.
Thanks, Bobby. Now I'm gonna think of a third mini game we can throw in there.
There you go.
I fucking already got mine.
All
done.
right. So Eric, what's yours?
Just somebody he said something about AI. So it's what there's a
Oh
you
no.
heard that song? It was like it's Ice Spice and Pink Panther's the group Boy's a Liar.
Yes.
There's a freaking Joe Biden edit over that.
Oh my
Over
god.
Ice Spice's verse. It's so freak. It's so freaking. Funny. I didn't know that was an actual song. Actually, I heard the Joe Biden edit
Yes.
before that. I thought that was a Joe Biden original. Yeah. Oh yes. Biden.
This is a meme I made a while
Yes.
back, and I turned it into a T-shirt. It's Joe Biden sniffing my Eric's hair.
Bro, I fucking love it.
Anyways, to the game,
Oh,
I was
God.
the first thing that came to mind was like Michael Jackson, like replacing the vocalist for Wage War, Britain Bond.
Brit
Oh
Ball.
god. Yes.
That's the first thing that I thought
I
was
want
seeing.
it.
Okay.
I want it. I
Honestly,
want
that
it.
would be it.
I would listen still.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
100%.
Oh
Oh my god.
Fucking, that almost
I
kind
got-
of like.
I got a
quivers.
good one. I got a good one.
He's been itching to get this one out.
I've been itching. So
Do it.
this is gonna be it's gonna be different. I want to take Brian Johnson from AC/DC
Okay.
and I want to swap him with the tombstone that holds Bon Scott. That's what I want.
Sir.
I want
That's,
I want to
that's a
know
morbid demand.
I want to know how much better AC/DC would be if Bon Scott was still alive.
A lot better.
A lot better. And that's so I'm swapping life for death.
That's
He's
a goddamn
putting
pop.
one
Wow,
down and bringing one back to life.
I'm bringing one back to life. I'm not taking him from another band. I'm
He
bringing
is-
him back to
he's-
the band, baby.
He's zombie
Okay.
Jesus-ing this shit.
He's getting the band back together.
Getting the that
All
was
right.
mine.
Daddy, do you have one?
I do, but really quick, I know we've been off and on talking about it. CLIFFDIVER has hit their goal. They have their
Yeah.
day.
Hell yeah. Oh,
they had their
exceeded
20K.
it.
Oh,
Yeah,
They're 1,000 over.
yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
They hit their GoFundMe goal, so all of the medical bills are covered and then some. So
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
luckily they can, put this behind them and get back to what they were doing and what they love to do. So
Oh yeah.
So,
mine,
strong, baby.
however,
Tulsa
my
strong.
my crossing streams answer.
uh-huh.
I want to take Shaggy.
Fuck.
We all remember
Shaggy.
the 90s rapper Shaggy. It wasn't me.
Oh, him. It wasn't me.
Yep.
Yep.
No,
I wanna-
Scooby Doo, calm down. I
See-
actually want to swap him with Shaggy.
So, sorry, streaming. I'm DaddiLlama, by the way, Tide Siren. Since there's like
Hi.
6 of us. But I want to take him, and Bobby
your
helped
tennis
put
ball?
this into a whole new
Oh,
aspect
no.
for me. So I want to take fucking Shaggy, and I want to replace him with Stitch from Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck.
Oh, no. They would both
Fucking
practically,
hell.
it would practically be the same thing
Yes.
for both sides. Wow.
I mean,
Wow. Oh,
yeah.
okay, AJ, you got a full week to figure out this new game because this
That's phenomenal.
This has
Bobby just
probably
opened
been
a
the best
can.
one so
he
far.
just opened a can and
Yeah.
we're
No.
about to
I've gotta think
utilize
about
the
it,
fuck
too.
out of it.
I'm trying to think of
Like
mine.
Will
for
Ferrell, but
this.
with the bodies hit the floor. You know what I mean?
Oh god.
When I think of any time I hear Will Ferrell yelling.
Okay, AJ, do you have one? Because I'm still trying to think of mine.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Brandon Small from Death Clock.
So we'll take Brandon Small from Death Clock and put him in the Metalocalypse band. Like,
Fucking done with you.
Fucking grounded.
no,
You're fucking
I
grounded.
just thought of one. It's kind of goofy because I just want to hear this clean vocalist actually say the lyrics to this other band's song. So I'm gonna take Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins
Oh no.
and swap him out with Travis Ryan from Cattle Decapitation.
Bro.
What are you doing?
I am
Very smart
creating a
dude.
monster.
They have
It's
that same type
it's
of like,
They're
AJ over
it's
here
the new-
creating nightmares.
it's the new band Decapitated Pumpkins.
I'm done with you. I am so done with you. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Donald Trump.
Okay. Let me think. Fuck.
Smashing Cattle.
Smashing cat.
Gunk, you knew this was coming.
You
Okay.
always know this
Okay.
is coming.
What is
It-
wrong with you today? Do you want to talk
It's-
after this?
No.
Oh, okay.
But take Scott Stapp from Creed
Oh, no.
Fuck, he's on it now.
What are you doing?
and replace him.
Oh,
Swap
no.
him
No.
with Eddie Vedder and Pearl Jam.
I
Fuck
was about to
off.
say, is it gonna be the exact same
Hold
thing?
on, wait. We talked about
Same.
this before. Are we just swapping Eddie Vedder, the handler, or the goat that actually produces the noise?
No. No.
We
We can't let them take the goat.
Relatives that don't pillow me concrete. Yeah.
You
But
can
now
tell
imagine
all the
Creed-
alcohol is kicked in.
Imagine Scott Stapp singing that instead.
It would just be longer and drawn out. They would have to slow down every Pearl Jam song by like fucking like 8
And-
notes per minute.
And then every Creed song would just be no constants, so it'd just be all.
And it shit ass fucking accordion he found in a dumpster.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Why am I thinking of Scott Stapp singing fucking Jeremy?
Please don't. Get that out of your
Hear
mouth.
me spoil.
I thought about that karaoke from Ted the movie when he was doing the karaoke. Bro,
It was actually I sing a Pearl Jam song because I do a pretty good Eddie Vedder.
Yes.
Um,
Everybody can do a good Eddie Vedder.
Yeah, Or you gotta act like you got dip in your lip and you got an extended jaw. It's almost like my Geddy Lee where I just sing from like right here.
Oh, you got to do it. You're talking about it. You got to do your Getty.
Oh yeah, my Geddy Lee. I don't know if I can.
What is
Yes, you
better.
can.
Modern day warrior, mean stride. Today's Sawyer, mean pride. There you go.
You gotta sound like you're from another world.
Well, this mind is not for rent. Fucking, I can't hit those high notes right now, and I wouldn't pick it up anyway.
I wanna swap Geddy Lee for the greased up deaf guy from Family Guy.
Oh my god.
You imagine doing the gun government. It was done for quiet. Running down the danger bin.
Perfect. Perfect.
Never
It's everything I ever.
Never gonna catch me.
Never gonna catch me. Don't let it
Oh.
get the best of you. I used to be a lawyer. I'm going to be back, Malcolm.
Gunk.
I'm-
Gunk. No. Do you remember what we were talking about the other day with Bridget and it brought up AJ?
What? What did you? It's not good. I already know it's not good. I was in the conversation.
Hey,
That's
hey,
a
AJ. Recently, have you asked anybody if they wanted to see your pecker?
Ooh.
I forgot about that.
You see my pecker?
Oh, did you clip it? Oh, please tell me you clipped it.
No, thank you.
Hey!
No, thank you.
You want to see my pecker?
He'll take you home.
It'll take you home.
Oh God,
like-
what is that?
It's a unishark. My favorite part of that whole thing is just when he.
happening.
My favorite part of that whole thing is just when he has the phlegm on. He's like, "You want to see my pecker?"
It's
you
a whole
talking about your
cartoon.
beak?
Mic cut out for me.
Are you talking about your beak? Are
Excuse
you
me.
You want to see my pecker?
are you talking about your beak?
It is.
Oh God!
He like rolls it. Oh,
We've got
God.
pecker lips dying in the chat right now. By the way,
I don't know what any of this is.
so
Hold on, I'll pull it up real quick and send it to the chat.
Thank you.
yeah, find that
It's
video and
great.
send it.
It's beautiful.
I've got
What-
it. Just like all my other things, like I've said before, I got that bitch on speed dial.
Let me just say that living with AJ, there is never a dull moment.
Never ever.
And I kind
I
of
would
miss being
imagine.
roommates with AJ because that was
Yep.
fun. It
Yep.
was never quiet. There was always some weird
No.
fucking noise coming from somewhere in the
My
house.
girlfriend hates it because she is a quiet and reserved person, and then you got me over here like,
And the cutout.
fucking hate that noise suppression piece of shit. I just yelled at my dogs, and now he's like, I'm going to the kennel. I'm sorry, Dad.
and then we heard none of
Well,
it.
the one that can hear me, the other
Oh,
one,
that
she
one.
just looks at me and she's like, "What are you
What are
doing?"
you doing?
She's deaf.
All right.
She's
Uh.
fantastic. I love her. She's a piece of shit.
Well,
All dogs.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for joining us this evening, and a huge shout out
There you go, Theta.
to Within the Walls, both Bobby and Eric. See, I remembered. Fuck you guys.
It only took you 2 hours.
Yeah,
I know,
you
right?
piece
2
of
hours
shit.
later, I'm a piece of shit.
God.
But Bobby, Eric, thank you guys so much for taking time out of your schedule to sit down with us for 2 hours and let us interview you and join in on the chaos that is our podcast. As always, thank you to my co-hosts, DaddiLlama, Theta, Wiener Sleeve, for joining us. Nomatar will be back next week for our usual weekly podcast.
Fucking piece of shit. Missed
yeah, I
out
know,
this
right?
week.
Fucking asshole.
That's why the title of this week's
Missed out on
episode
a
is
fun
"Where in the
one.
World is Gnome?" Where is Gnome? You know.
Theta
we
over
know
there
where he's
with
at,
his
but
2-minute long lines that he does.
yeah, and
Fucking Guinness Book of World Record.
AJ rocking that wonderful T-shirt that he has there. For all of our viewers, please make sure if you're watching this on YouTube Friday, definitely click the link down in the description to help continue supporting CLIFFDIVER with their GoFundMe. They've already reached their goal in literally the amount of time we've been doing this podcast. They've already exceeded their goal.
Fucking
Still continue
awesome.
to support them.
That's awesome.
They are an
dog.
amazing local band. Definitely, there will be links as well for Within the Walls to go check out their music, both on YouTube. Check out their Facebook page. Their
Guys, feel free
Instagram.
to send those to the general chat so he can get them up in your links. He'll probably post the one of your song that we actually played on the stream too.
Yes, I will include that link. So any links you want me to include, make sure to send those to me. If you're watching on YouTube, look down below in the comments section or the description. They'll be right there for you. Just click it, go check them out, give them a like, follow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I know, I was waiting for it too. I was like, wait,
No.
hold on, what?
No, it was Eric's face. He was like really he was just zoned out. I made eye
it's okay.
contact and I lost it.
But for those of you who are watching on here, if you want to check out a different aspect, DaddiLlama has her own live stream on kick.com. That is
Don't watch it, it smells like fish.
kick.com.
And looks like feet.
But if you go to
I think you have it
kick.com,
confused with a picture of Theta.
oh yeah, probably. If you go to
Smells like-
kick.com/DaddiLlama,
That smells like fresh eucalyptus and fucking sandalwood.
You can
Wonderful smell.
support her channel there and hit the follow button. If you're watching here on Twitch, make sure to hit that follow button. Subscribe if you will. It does help support the channel, helps support the stream, allows it to where we'll eventually be able to go in and actually, as we always say, do this live in person. He is so fucking eager for me to say it. I could see him just fucking twitching, and Daddy's right there. Okay. For those of you watching on YouTube,
Shut
the fuck up.
in
Fuck
reality, thank you for coming to the channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. It is completely free, guys. Right now, we're sitting, as of the last 28 days, only 32% of you that are watching these are actually subscribed. There's 67% of you that aren't.
Here
Guys,
he
it's
goes.
free. Help support the channel.
There he goes.
Make sure to hit the like button. Comment down below any of your crossing streams.
You got any games on your phone?
You guys remember Flappy Bird?
Also watch a Joe Biden version, I Spice, Boys a Liar.
Oh, Jesus.
but yeah, make sure to hit those follow buttons, subscribe, help support the channel, both on Twitch and YouTube. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us again. Huge shout out to Within the Walls. We love you guys, and we will see you next time. Oh, and by the way, there's one last thing that I forgot to mention. What was that? Oh, yeah, by the way, you all just lost the fucking game.
Go
You're
Fisk.
a dick. Oh my god.